Live round 2 NFL draft coverage and reactions begin right now. File on in. The Niners are on the clock here very soon, about 11 minutes, I believe, until the Niners are getting ready to potentially draft, a wide receiver again? What are they going to do here? What are the Niners going to do? Cardinals are pick 2, Bills pick 3, Raiders pick 4, Giants pick 5, Texans, Browns, Chiefs, Bengals, Saints, top 10, round 2, teams on deck. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Okay, so we will attack every single one of these picks in round number 2. I don't know that we'll be alive for round 3. I think I may dip into the third round. Depends on how quickly the rounds go by. I think I'm better use of creating videos and getting going on the details of things rather than linger through maybe what might be 2, 3, 4 picks inside round 3 that are useful from a fantasy perspective. So we'll probably bail after round 2 pretty quickly, I imagine. Then I'll get to work. We already did the running back video. If you didn't watch that last night on the main channel, we did some Dynasty content as well, but make sure you go check that out. But this is the Dynasty show we did last night. It was on specifically Jeremiah Love in Arizona from a Dynasty perspective. But the first video that we dropped in reaction to the landing spots was the Love Price video. So all of the running backs that that were taken in round 1, which was just 2. So we went through these 2 running backs. So I imagine as soon as round 2 is over, your boy will start getting to work on the wide receivers that have been drafted through rounds 2. And as I'm creating it, I'm sure the round 3 receivers will be added as well. And not that I won't do videos on the entire draft at the end. I'll do stuff like that too. But basically what I might do is hit one player at a time, do one player videos. We did the Price and Love video. We'll do potentially a Jonah Coleman standalone video, an Emmett Johnson standalone video. Obviously, it depends on where they go. And then I'll start hitting the wide receivers. Then I'll probably come back and do a Love and Price video independently as well, even though we did one video on both of them. All right, so Super Chats will be answered in order in which they're received. Appreciate every single one of you being here. The phone lines will be open here shortly. We're going to let this first pick or 2 go through before we open the phone lines. Gump tried calling me, I think maybe 2 hours ago or an hour and a half ago, something like that. Gump, I don't know. Show wasn't live when you were dialing, but if you want to dial in a little bit, please dial in. Gump, I'd love to hear what you think your team's been up to. So we have a whole lot of other discussion to be had. We got a super chat here from Cheryl. Thanks for dropping that. Glad to see you here. Hey, Smitty, I am at the bar and we'll have to listen to this tomorrow. But in the meantime, how would you rate how my sad Jets have drafted so far? So great question. We're disappointed as a fantasy community that 2 very, very big fantasy football assets landed on the Jets roster. I know that's probably hard to hear, but I think you understand that because there's no quarterback. But a calendar year from today, the Omar Cooper Jr. selection, the Kenyon Sadiq selection, maybe Breece Hall's value will all potentially rise back up. So from a dynasty perspective, I think there's hope, and especially if the Jets play very badly, which Smith is the quarterback we fully expect. He'll probably have a shot at one of the top 3 quarterbacks. And this upcoming 2027 quarterback draft class is pretty good. So I think you'll be in good hands 1 calendar year from today. But I can't say that I love Sadiq's landing spot. Can't say that I love Omar Cooper's landing spot. I do believe that Geno Smith will play better than he did last year because the Raiders' offensive line was so bad and Bowers was injured. But I don't think Geno is going to play well. I just think he'll play better, which means that maybe Sadiq does get some run. But it's such an inconsistent offense, and I don't trust the staff that much. I think you're basically scapegoating your head coach and your entire staff next year. They stayed in place because they're very easy to fire. And I think the Jets didn't want to hire a new staff that was worth keeping, and then they got to scapegoat them. So, I mean, there's no other excuse as to why you would have kept one of, no offense, one of the most inept head coaches in the National Football League. And you know, maybe put him back in his natural position. He does well. But as head coach, this is a debacle over in New York. But they're scapegoating him. There's only one reason you would keep him after last year, is to allow him to get this team in a position to get Arch Manning or whoever you deem is the quarterback that you can get, or the quarterback you think will be number one. It won't necessarily be Arch Manning. There'll be 3 or 4 other options. And then if you get that quarterback in place, you'll be fine. So the Jets have a potential turnaround in sight, but I don't know. You know, it's kind of like a cursed organization, kind of like the Cardinals. You know, but we'll see what happens. Not excited this year, and appreciate you watching, and definitely take advantage of catching up on the recap of each player. So I have the Price and Jeremiah Love video up, so watch that. You know, you're gonna get a lot of good I think insight as to what to do with each of these players with those individual videos that are going to keep coming every time. You know, the round, when this round ends, I'll create more. I'll create one on every player I can. I think when the Cowboys say they haven't gotten any offers for Pickens, what they mean is they are in fact getting offers, but nowhere close to where they value him, betting he doesn't get traded. Overcome, they don't want to trade him. According to Jerry, that could be posturing just to get a trade done. I agree. But yeah, I don't know. Pickens is somebody that should be getting a lot of offers, because the man, he signed or was planning to sign it yesterday when it was announced so that he could be traded. Because that's the thing his agent probably told him is, look, there's nothing we can do. You're going to have to play on the tag if they want you to play on the tag. There's nothing you can do. It's $27.3 million. It's not that far off what your annual amount would be. Not to mention, if Pickens did sign a deal, there's a chance Jerry doesn't want to even pay him $7 million up. You know what I mean? He's getting all that. Pretty much, you could look at it like it's like an upfront amount, because it's 1 year's amount. It's not spread out. And he's going to then get a $100 million guaranteed deal the next year. So he's going to get essentially $27 million extra dollars by actually not signing a deal, a new extension this offseason. It's just a matter of, does he get hurt and then doesn't get that second contract that goes after the $27.3 million franchise tag. But I think the Cowboys are open-minded to trading him more than they say. Every team is, open-minded to a problematic situation being traded for something that ends up helping the team more than the player holding out. And we don't think he'll hold out at all. He can't now. He's signing his tag. He'll get fined. If he was trying to push this thing, he would have not signed his tag. He would have then held out, and then he couldn't be fined because he wasn't under contract. So Pickens is doing the right thing. There's nothing he can do. You holding out's not going to do anything. You don't have any control. So Pickens is literally becoming less diva every single day. And maybe that's going to resonate with some teams, and someone's going to offer the Cowboys something today that they can't refuse. But we'll see. I do agree that there probably has been more than one or so calls. Jerry is weird, man. Jerry is he's a special case. Overcome, thank you for the super chat. We are how many minutes away? We are about 2 or 3 minutes away, I think. And I don't know if they're going to start right on time. But we are sitting here awaiting the first pick. And actually, let's just open up the phone lines now. Dial in. Whoever wants to dial in, your boy is answering your call.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
'49ers will kick off the second round. They could draft a wide receiver, man. It's crazy to think about. Cardinals, Bills, Raiders, Giants, Texans, Browns, Chiefs, Bengals, Saints round out the top 10. And let me go ahead and put up what NFL.com has as the top players available according to their board. Leo, you're live. What can I do for you, pal?
Well, I just wanted to let you know I made a little money move last night. I think it's a money move. The guy that had the 101 really didn't want Love to go to the Cardinals. I'm not the biggest hater on it, So I just kind of threw him the 103, and he wanted me to be a handful of seconds because I'm that guy that called in that has all the seconds. And then he said he'd take the 107, so I actually moved up from the 103 to the 101 with the 107 last night.
Oh, that's great, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You know, there are a lot of people that are going to say that the Love situation is complicated and problematic, and you know, you have to consider the potential pitfalls that are in Arizona, because I constantly rip on the Cardinals. You know, I constantly tell people, "What, BBQ dropping 20 gifted memberships? BBQ, thank you, pal, appreciate you." There are certainly pitfalls in Arizona. LaFleur, I don't know what he is. No one does. I mean, we don't know. The fact that he won't name Brissett the starter and creating animosity to the point where Brissett, someone could say, no, it's just lighting a fire under him. No, it's not. Brissett's like literally tweeting and Instagram posting laughing emojis, very upset and offended that the Cardinals are not only not saying he's their starter, bona fide starter, when there's no one in house that's even remotely it's so insulting. Imagine if your boss at your work, what kind of work do you do? Don't tell us where you work, but what kind of work is it? Sales? Is it banking?
I'm a teacher.
Teacher, okay. Imagine if the principal came in and said to you tomorrow, like, we don't know if you're going to be the teacher of this class or not. You know, you've been there, you've been doing it, you've been delivering. He's like, yeah, so don't get too comfortable yet. Like, you'd be so offended, bro. You'd be so offended. You'd be like, don't you have faith in what I've done? So let me merge this call real quick. Mute yourself. I'll be right with you, pal. Just hit mute, please. It's just so disrespectful to not have, like, there's no other teacher in house, and your boss comes to you and says, your principal comes to you and says, we're literally gonna think about it. Okay, why don't you go back to work, and maybe we'll give you the classroom, even though there's not a soul in sight that can help other than you. It's just so disrespectful. And Brissett's out there tweeting laughing emojis like he wants an extension. He wants to be paid like a starter, so he feels secure. They didn't draft Ty Simpson, so there's no threat there. Like, this is a debacle of a way to handle your quarterback situation. However, I do believe he will start. However, I do believe he will keep the job. I do think he'll ball. And so, kind of like Dart circumventing that New York Giants mess. And you could say you love Harbaugh all you want out there. Anybody that says Harbaugh is amazing, but he did get ousted out of Baltimore for a reason. We're wondering why. Is the game passed him by? Who knows? We'll see. Some people say they made a mistake in the draft. I do think that they did make some good picks, but some people would say that there's some things they could have done better. Sure, there's a lot of ridicule there. But Matt Nagy as your offensive coordinator is a stupid move. But Dart can circumvent that, because Dart is kind of that off schedule, you know, like you can't even put too many obstacles in front of him, because he's going to run, get off schedule, find neighbors, doesn't matter the play call, he'll figure it out. Like, there'll be a lot of chaos, controlled chaos in New York because of that. But it does hold him back a little bit. And then you look at Arizona and you say to yourself, Brissett, kind of similar, controlled chaos. You know, maybe LaFleur's good at calling plays. Hackett isn't calling plays, but one of LaFleur's first choices was to hire Nathaniel Hackett as his offensive coordinator. So Harbaugh hiring Nagy and LaFleur hiring Hackett, two horrible decisions right off the bat. So LaFleur, I don't know how I value LaFleur yet. You know, so when we circle back to Love going to Arizona, where I think there's some ineptness going on there. I don't know. I just know that talent will rise to the top. We've seen running backs in way worse environments. The Cardinals is not a bad environment. If Brissett's balling, if McBride's balling, if MHJ and Wilson are doing well, and there's a lot of offense and they're marching the ball down the field, doesn't matter if they're winning or losing. I just think Love's going to be in a nice situation regardless. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
Would I've wanted something
absolutely.
different?
I agree with you. Yeah.
I would have wanted something different. But it's still a top 5 landing spot given the spots that we're likely to grab them. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just made the move with that move up from the 103 to the 101 just because the guy didn't like the Cardinals, that location on that one. But I was really heartbroken when Tyson didn't go to the Commanders. Like, absolutely just distraught last night.
Yeah.
I really wanted that.
Yeah, I
think we all did, but it kind of sucked to see it happen. I was like, you know, I'll move up for the talent and Love, and I have the 102. I'll take Tate and just kind of take the 2 best guys in the draft.
Tate's going to be awesome. This is the dilemma that I mapped out for myself when I said 49ers are on the clock. This is the dilemma I mapped out for myself where I said, what will I do? What will Smitty do if he, in fact, is faced with a dilemma of Jordan Tyson in a lesser spot than Carnell Tate, given that I have Jordan Tyson as my bona fide 1.02? I think if I had two leagues side by side, and I do believe I have a pick that will allow me to maybe do this, three, so who knows, with one of them. But I have the 2 pick and 1. Very big advocate of trading up into the 1, 2, 3 in this particular draft because so many people are regurgitating and digesting bad content that says get out of 2026 and just get anything in 2027. It's stupid advice. It'd be one thing to say go get the 1.1 or 1.2 in 2027, but you don't know if you can get that, right? Because you're going and getting blind picks, so you don't know where they're going to be. I think in 2 leagues side by side, I'm taking Tate in one and Tyson in the other because Tate is in such a good spot and he's such a good receiver. They're both going to be potentially top 12 to 15 guys I would say for sure. And then one of them's got a chance. And I think it's probably still Tyson to be a top 6 to 10 guy, top 5 to 10 guy. That's a big range. I'm not saying he's 6. I'm not saying he's 5. I'm saying he's, let's say 5 to 10. That could be 10. It could be 8. It could be 7. But Tyson, to me, if he stays healthy, which isn't even a big concern for me, but I know it is for other people, his skill set already is so far advanced than it's like where you normally see a player. If he doesn't mature at all, that's when he would fail or not become the player we think. But as talented as he is right now, if he gets better, which he probably will, this is how I'm literally like looking at people in confusion saying, how do you not see Tyson, if he gets better, becoming CeeDee Lamb? He is so talented, and he's impossible to guard him. And this is early stage Jordan Tyson. Imagine if he learns more, if he gets better. Shuck is a really underrated quarterback, and I admit that I was wrong on Shuck. Shuck is a really, really solid passer. All right, my boy, I got to go. Anything else? Hello?
That's it. I'm good. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Leo. Appreciate it. Call back if you got another. Phone lines will be revolving all day. All right, later.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see here. 440, hang tight real quickly. We've got BBQ dropping a mother-freaking $50 holler BBQ to the mother-freaking house. Where's my mashed potato for BBQ?
Mashed potatoes!
BBQ, appreciate you. We got to get a BBQ scene too whenever he does anything, because he's been dropping gifted membership since we were born, since all of us were born. Mad respect to you, Smitty, for consistently putting together such a great content for the community. All gas, no brakes. Appreciate you, the mods, the community. Thank you, BBQ. I can't wait to meet BBQ in Arizona in July. So maybe I can't wait. We're going to do some sort of like maybe Saturday. I forget if it's Saturday. The day before, whoever's around, we'll go eat somewhere as well. Do something. BBQ to the moon. Appreciate you, my boy. Phone lines are open. Caller who's on there, 44, whatever. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What do you got? What do you hear? What do you say?
It's Wiener Dog. Wiener Dog's back.
What's up, Wiener Dog?
So, I just wanted to bring up, like, what are your thoughts on Makai Lemon's landing spot in Philly?
It's good. It's really good for Philly. It's really good for football. And it's pretty good for him, like to the kind of player I expect him to be. I think people that were expecting him to be an elite wide receiver 1, like 6 overall, 7 overall, I think your expectation was too high. I think he landed in the exact kind of spot that he needed, to be a team number 2, to be a team's elite number 2. Niners have a few minutes left here. Let me see if that pick has come in. Does anybody? Travis, I don't know if you're calling it at all today. Understand if you're not, but let me see if I got any updates here. Hold on the Niners pick.
NFL draft 2026. Let me see.
Yeah, no, not yet. But yeah, Makai Lemon is probably in the most ideal spot. that he could be in for him to be a team's number two,
Yeah.
a team's high end two. But, if anybody wants me to say, like, oh, he's a top 10 wide receiver, he's not. He never was. And he'll be an outstanding, he could potentially be an outstanding fantasy football wide receiver too, or mid.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think he's a sleeper.
Yeah, that's fine. I think if people are expecting him to go in, like, in the 4th round or something, which is where he could climb, you might see me not drafting him. You might see him as an avoid for me. I don't think he'll be a sleeper.
Yeah. I'll avoid him too. I'll be happier with Bucky.
He's not going to be a sleeper at all. Not to disagree with you, or try and disagree with you, but I mean, I think he's going to climb.
At that value,
Imagine
I don't
if he
want
goes
him
at the
either.
3-4 turn. Like, that's what people are too high on him. Someone is offering me the 1.3 for Loveland. I currently have Fannin, Helm, Ferguson, smash or pass. In premium, I'd say no. In non-premium, given you a Fannin, I don't know. I feel like you could almost get a little more. Like Loveland, if you threw Loveland into this rookie pool this rookie draft, he'd probably go 3. So I almost like want you to get a little bit more, RDM. I think you can probably. It's not bad though. If you were to force it, it's not bad. I mean, Tate or Tyson is pretty equivalent, but I don't think it's something you have to smash. I think you could try and get more. If he's asking for it, if you're offering it, that's one thing, but if he's asking for it, he wants it. So you can get a little bit more, in my opinion. But close. Wiener Dog, you got anything else, bro? You can call in all day. Just revolving phone line. If you got anything else, just dial in again, okay? You got anything else? Wide receiver. Whoa. The Niners select wide receiver Stribling. What are they doing? I mean,
What the fuck?
He's pretty, he's pretty good, I guess, but what are we doing? What are the Niners doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What are we doing? The Niners, ever since they lost Adam Peters, they're screwing up their first round pick every single year.
That's insanity.
This is their first round pick because they moved it down. Stribling, what in the hell are we doing? I got to see what my boys Raj and the Quad Box are saying about this one. Oh, my God. What in the hell? What?
Who is he?
We don't even have him ranked like high at all. Holy smokes. Jeez.
This shit is on Stribling.
What in the hell? Oh my God. What are we doing? All right, Wiener Dog, call back in a minute. All right.
Okay.
Listen to Wiener Dog. He sounds like a kid at the candy store. I love him. I love Wiener Dog. What are we doing, bro? I got message. You guys got to understand how many people have messaged me, DM me, and even on my personal, like in my text, my normal. I don't text, with the show, but I just got about 15 messages through the course of different things. Email just came through. 15 people within the last 30 seconds just said Stribling who? Because I don't even have him ranked high at all. Like, I'm not saying he couldn't be something, but what are we doing? What are we doing? Cardinals have selected a guard. Hold on, I got to catch up on this. I might need Travis to call in a minute. He's kind of my keeping things organized. But let me. Oh, wow, Stribling. Oh, wide receiver Stribling has been selected by the San Francisco 49ers. Let me put this on the other board. I got to write this. God, what a debacle. Like, honestly, I did not even expect Stribling to get drafted in the first 4 rounds. I don't understand this pick at all. I don't get it. The Niners. Am I dreaming right now? I feel like I'm going to wake up and go, that was so stupid. Why would I think that was real? There's no way that would happen. All right, Cardinals selected Bisson. I don't even know how you say the guard's name, but he's a guard. It's a pretty good move by the Cardinals, I suppose. Let's see here. Stribling. All right, let's put this up here. Geez, man. Right there. Cardinals select. How do you say this guy's name? Here, we got Simi Valley calling in, Travis calling in. All right, hold on. Simi, hold on 1 second, pal. And you can just interrupt at any moment too. But Travis, Cardinals selected guard. What's his name?
It's Bissonitis.
Bissonitis? Sounds like a disease.
I think so.
Like he's a Cardinal, so it's infectious. Bissonitis. He seems like
that's how you say it.
he seems like a pretty decent prospect, I suppose. I mean, his grade is okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
What do you think about this dribbling? What are we doing?
So, I really like the player, but it's a little early. He was probably going to go in the second or third round, though, the way teams were starting to talk about him. I still think it's early, you know.
So early, bro. That's
He
crazy.
gets a lot of AJ Brown comps.
Yeah, the thing is though, I mean, well now his value is higher, but like the one of the reasons why I didn't even have him ranked high at all is because I didn't feel like he was gonna go early. I know there might have been some buzz on it, but so when teams don't draft a player high or value a player high, then they can't really find a good position, a good positioning to be in to rise. So it makes it hard when someone says, "Hey, how do you like this guy who's going in the fourth round?" It's like, yeah, but like if he doesn't go somewhere great and he's got low draft capital.
Right.
But so now we have to look at Stribling a little different because the team gave second round draft capital, which means they're not going to give up on him. They're going to give him every chance to deliver. But holy crap, man, this is probably one of the biggest reaches, I would say. Let me just go into some comment sections in some places. Is he good? Who is he? What the F?
Most people aren't going to know who he is,
right?
Because they didn't dig deep.
But that's the point, dig deep. Why is he going at 2.1? Like, this is crazy. Yeah.
I mean, beginning of April, I put on the Patreon in the rookie section 2 wide receivers to watch and see where they're drafted is Stribling and Bryce Lance, because teams are going to value the size and strength of them.
I mean, he looks like a good prospect. So, jeez, man.
I like him a lot, but it is surprising that with their first pick. I mean, now we know why they traded back, because they're going, no one else will take him, you know. Bill select edge TJ Parker. Nice pick.
There we go. I know Hammers and I both want him to still grab a receiver, but it's a good pick. I mean, they got DJ Moore. They don't have anything.
And there's a lot of receivers.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good pick.
You know, Zach Branch, Ted Hurst, Jeremy Bernard. There's a ton of them.
I'm just in shock. I'm just in shock. The Niners are just, I don't know.
It's high. It's really high. I mean, but you heard he might go second or third round rather than fourth or fifth like they originally thought.
Yeah. And the thing that also is crazy with the Niners is like there's not a lot of room there right now for him to just become like some stud, because you have Pearsall, you have Mike Evans, you have Christian Kirk, you have Kittle coming back. Some say he'll be ready for week 1. You've got Tunges, you've got CMC taking up still a lot, and they're going to run CMC a little less, which means they're probably still trying to throw him and maybe put him in some weird packages this year. I just, as much as someone might like Stribling, there's still like not a lot of looks like Texans are on the clock. They traded with the Raiders. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of opportunity for him to do anything anytime soon. But we'll see.
Especially with Kirk there. Like it feels like a future pick.
Yeah.
Which is odd because their window's now.
I'm looking at it, and I don't like. I'm looking at Stribling's footage right now. I'm going to watch some film on it again right now, just to give you my honest take, because I've watched it. I've liked him, but like I said, his capital wasn't big enough for me to really The things that I would say that look a little bit lacking for him are, I don't know that I see the power that some other people have suggested. I feel like he's easy to kind of corral. I think he always keeps his feet moving, which is good. But he's kind of almost like a let me just give you a couple. He just doesn't have. How much does he weigh? Dribbling.
Let's see. They got him listed at
He looks
207, so 210 ish. I mean, it's decent size.
He looks a lot light.
And the thing is, I think he ran like a 4.3 at that size, 4.35 or something. So
yeah, he might be
fast. Speed is.
Yeah, he might be fast, but I wonder how quick he is. But anyway, he looks
select D tackle Cade McDonald.
He looks pretty good, but I don't know that I would even say he has a chance to be a top 5 wide receiver in this class, to be honest. And I think when you go at this 2.1 pick, I'm sorry. So the Raiders traded with the Texans. Did they just swap?
So they got I believe the Raiders got a third back and sent a fourth back as well. So they moved up I don't know 20, 30 picks, something like that.
So the Raiders
in the fourth.
So the Texans go up to the Raiders pick, and the Texans took who?
Defensive tackle Caden McDonald, which, he was one of the top 3 defensive tackles. But to me, it's like, why don't you take the guard Emmanuel Pregnon that's still there? I'm pretty sure he's still there. Like, why don't you just keep building that line? You don't need defense. Your defense is great.
McDonald, okay. So who's on the clock? The Giants?
Think so.
Okay, so McDonald goes here. Simi Valley, what's up, my boy?
Yo, Smitty.
What's up?
This Stribling dude, does he change wide receiver room at all? Like, I'm kind of confused on the depth chart, to be honest. Besides like Evans, I'm not really sure.
I mean, it's Parasol
after him.
Christian Kirk is, it's kind of crowded. That's why I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk's old, but
why not move another
for this year?
Why not move another pickup to get Stribling later? Because you didn't need to take him at 2.1. You could have taken him late second round, mid second round, whatever.
Yeah.
Try and move a pickup. You should have utilized this.
And it's their first pick, like you said, too. They moved back to do this. Take someone more talented, get some more talent in the building.
I mean, Juwan Jennings has no market. You could just go back out and get Juwan Jennings back at a real cheap amount. It just doesn't make sense, to not utilize. You need offensive line. You need defensive line. You need an edge. You need, there's a lot of needs that the Niners have. I don't know why you would waste this when you may never use Stribling. You could literally not need him at all this year. It makes no sense whatsoever for the Niners to make this move.
Yeah, didn't they move down twice?
At least once, but yeah, they might have moved. Bills moved twice. So Giants are on the block. This is crazy, man. Let me hit these super chats real quickly. Hey, everyone on Rumble, appreciate you being here. Fire, See Me, Landman, Vader. I don't know if Hammer's in here, Luis. New Age, appreciate you. BBQ, thanks again for dropping the gifted memberships, you monster. This one here from MVP says 1.1 for 327 first rounders. Woo! 12 team 1 QB. Would have 5 first rounders next year. Current core is May, Dart, Rome, Hendo, Fan, and Laporta. Can you follow up with me real quickly and tell me what are the odds you're going to get the 1.1 from this lot of picks? Not the ones you already have, but tell me where you think they're going to be before we answer this. Nothing to do with what you already have. Don't try and rationalize this trade because of what you have. So tell me what you think the picks will be. Are they all late? Let me know what you think. I'm in shock, man. Let me see what my boys Raj and I'll tell you what they're saying. What are they do? What are they
I like the
doing?
player a lot, but
Yeah, but
I just don't
here's
get the pick.
yeah, one of the comments. What the hell or what the f are they doing? That's from my boy Vlad. What's the point in drafting him? And then I don't know anymore. My boys. I don't know.
I mean, I could argue that he's going to be better than Denzel Boston potentially.
Yeah, but okay. So if we were evaluating the player and someone said, "Hey, I like Stribling more than Boston," you're like, "Okay." But he's supposed to fall a lot further. Even if he was to go in the second round, it's still a lot further. Second, as you just said, and as I was saying as well, there's no point in this pick. And I just read what my boy said, my Niner boy, is like, what's the point in the pick? It's like this is your first draft selection. You have so many other needs. This is kind of like this is like you have no pants, no boxers, no socks. You have 3 shirts and a belt, and you're like, let's go get another shirt. Let's dress up. Like you just don't. There's no need for Stribling right now. There's no need for him right now. Not to mention, take the risk that he falls to the 3rd round. Maybe you wouldn't have, or maybe you just trade from the 3rd into the bottom of the 2nd. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe he gets sniped. Big deal. Like it's not something. He's not going to be a top 10 wide receiver. Nothing you're risking by letting
Giants.
it just for the Niners.
Cornerback.
It just makes no sense. For their team making your first draft selection, regardless of trying to justify Stribling's value, it is just a stupid pick by the Niners. Another stupid first round pick. And it was their first that they moved down to the 2.1. So I'm considering this their first round pick. They moved it down and they wasted it again. Pearsall was a waste. I'm not saying he isn't okay. He won't be good, but you could have replaced that. Like Pearsall, by re-signing Jennings and letting Pearsall go, nothing would change for the Niners. My point being, Pearsall's not that valuable. Pearsall doesn't do anything for this team. You can replace him with Jennings. You can replace him with anybody on like there are 2 or 3. Debo, bring Debo back instead of Pearsall. The Niners are fine. So that's the whole point. Stribling's the same exact thing. Like they're not winning more games because of Stribling. Even if Stribling does help them, any other player like Debo or Jennings that they could get off waivers right now and put in Stribling's place would help as much as Stribling would, even if Stribling does play well. Like, it's just crazy, man. I think the Niner fans are going to they might justify this in a couple hours, but they're probably in shambles right now. All right, who just got picked right now, Travis? The Giants?
The Giants took cornerback Colton Hood.
Okay.
Pretty good pick. I mean, he was ranked late 1st, early 2nd.
Jeez. I want to hear from a Niner fan. They got to be like, what in the hell, bro?
Well, and the thing is, like, to touch on what you were saying about as a guy that like you like later in rookie drafts, now it becomes someone who's like his draft stock is gonna jump up because people are gonna hype him up eventually, and now it's like you don't want to take him necessarily at the end of the 1st or even maybe in the 2nd round, depending. He was one of those guys you grab in the 3rd or 4th round of a rookie draft, and it can be a diamond in the rough.
I don't even know if Debo's on his last leg. To be fair, says RCT. I mean, I don't agree with that. Debo had a good year. Just everything fell apart. We broke down Debo's beginning of the year. It was actually a remarkable start to the year. Yeah, and Pearsall can't stay healthy. Agreed. I can't wait for a team to grab Debo. All right. Okay, so this is the response from MVP on his trade question. He said that most of the first rounders would be mid to late first rounders. One of them would be my own back, though. I'm doing this assuming they're late anyway. Then no, I'm not doing it. If they're all late, mid to late, I don't want it. Just surplus doesn't mean anything, bro. You could give me 5. You could give me 10 1.8 1 zeros. 10. And I'm not trading you Jeremiah Love for 10 first rounders that are like 1.10, 1.11, 1.12, 1.09. You give me 10 of them. I could give 2 craps. That's nothing. Kick rocks. Don't let numbers influence you. 4 first rounders doesn't matter. What are they? Was a first rounder a first rounder? No. First rounder is look at the Niners. This is their first rounder. Dribbling. Debo to Indy, maybe. I want Debo to go to the Patriots, I think.
I like that.
Woo!
I
Niners.
still think they're getting AJB, but we'll see.
Let me see what my boys stand. I'm not getting any response from Raj.
They're too depressed.
Yeah, they're probably just banging their head against the. Hey, Smitty, I own Olave and Tyson in pre-NFL draft league. Should I be nervous to own both? Who is the one to own? Well, they cannibalize each other. I don't know. I don't think so. I think they'll be okay. There are certain offenses where it is a disaster to own 2 players, but I think that the Saints.
Kellen Moore offense.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. The Saints will be throwing, bro. Doesn't matter. But if I had to pick the one, is Tyson. But I like both of them, man. 38 pick. Raiders have selected safety. Traden Stukes, or how do you say his name? I like that. That's not bad. I would love him to take a receiver here. Denzel Boston would have been okay.
Did they make the pick? Did you say?
Yeah, Stukes or the safety.
No, I don't have it yet.
I don't know if that's how you say his name. Number 38, cornerback. Stukes. Raiders D is going to be tough. Anybody that makes fun of the Raiders defense, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're looking at. Phone lines are open if anybody wants to dial in. Who else is on the phone line? Hey, Smitty, own Olave. Oh, so Tony, I definitely think I'd rather have Tyson, but I'm not trying to move. If anything, in 1 year, Olave could be somewhere else. But what if I had to trade one? I'd trade Olave because of the concussion concerns, and Tyson's a better player in my opinion. I love Olave, but I love Tyson, and that's just me. It's I could understand an argument against that, but I would probably, if I was to trade one, it'd be Olave. But I think in 1.5 years, they might be on different teams. Who knows? Depends. If they're not gonna extend Olave and you pay him enough, maybe he wants to go elsewhere and it creates a potential opportunity. Debo to the Chargers, sure. I think that I could see that happening. I don't know if I'd rather him go maybe somewhere else, but I don't mind that. Arizona cornerback.
Dukes is cornerback. Yeah. Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, Raiders, not bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who's on the phone line? Teamy.
I guess the Saints are trying to trade for Kayvon Thibodeau. I see.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Browns select Denzel Boston, number 39 overall. Denzel and KC are making the wide receiver room.
Man, I don't know if I like that they're both there though. I wondered if that was going to happen.
I think that one's an X and one, I don't know.
Yeah,
they play 2 spots.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think Boston's good enough to take away from Casey Concepcion, to be honest. I like Denzel Boston, but
no,
I think
I don't know if we ever thought he was a number 1 receiver though.
Yeah.
So
I think but man, the Browns just double up every time. It's double up at running back, double up at quarterback, double up at wide receiver. It's new regime. They're still doubling up. That's crazy. KC, what's KC do here? Where's Husseini?
I wonder what Angry Bruce is going to say about Denzel Boston.
I don't know. What's Angry Bruce going to say if they don't draft an offensive lineman here? Denzel Boston. Wow. Okay.
Oh, that too. Yeah, the Chiefs.
Wow. Phone lines are open. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Brought to you by Addict.shop and BentonPrint.com. Dial into the phone line. I don't know, boys. It's wild.
From a football standpoint, I'm fine with it because, like, I know people are still clinging to Tillman. I don't think he was anything. People are still clinging to Judy. I think he's done for the most part.
Mm-hmm. What do we got coming up here at picks? Let me see if I got the entire second round clipped here, so I should be able to. So after this, it's gonna be. Here's the picks after that. Hold on, I got them clipped right here. So 11. Well, for whatever reason, it's not. There it is. Dolphins, Jets, Ravens, Buccaneers, Colts, Falcons, Vikings, Lions, Panthers, Packers. I wonder, man, Denzel Boston 11 to the Dolphins was what I was kind of thinking was going to maybe happen. What wide receiver do we want to go to the Dolphins now?
I'd love Ted Hurst there.
Yeah, Hurst is probably the best receiver. Let's see here. Chris Bell, Branch, Brazil,
or Brazil, however you
Jeremy
say it.
Bernard, Hurst, any one of those guys, Skylar Bell.
Yeah.
Malachi
Antonio
Fields.
Williams.
You know what I kind of like?
I mean,
I kind of like Malachi Fields in Miami because they've got an rated and overlooked Malik Willis, and we throw an underrated, doubted, hated Malachi Fields because people hate Malachi Fields. I don't know why. They don't want to accept that he's good. I don't know what it is.
They'll call him slow. That's what they'll do. You know.
Number 40 is Mason Thomas.
R. Mason Thomas.
Edge.
His first name is actually R. Mason. There's nothing with the R. It's just R.
He's R. Mason Thomas, not yours. He's R.
Edge.
I'm going to put Thomas.
He's good.
Yeah. But hey, Angry Bruce, they're not drafting offensive line, pal.
Mahomes, bury him.
Put Mahomes in the coffin. I don't understand there's no way that's going to happen. Husseini told you they're not drafting offensive line early. You didn't listen to him. Fannin stock down. Why? RCT, what are we doing here? Some wild takes today.
Come on.
Why would Fannin stock go down?
Fannon's the wide receiver one there, default. That's like saying the Raiders draft a wide receiver and Bauer's down.
Okay, so to RCT's defense, adding more pass catchers, I can understand where you're getting there. So I'm sorry if I sounded like I was dismissing your very legitimate take, actually. I just like the thing about tight ends, man. I've always said this, and I'll continue to say it. Is there's just a certain amount of volume that the tight end's going to be able to hold in that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the pass catching or the receiving room.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to get his. But the greater concern is this: does Cleveland just move the ball down the field? If they do, we'll have tons of Fannin production. If not, Fannin could definitely be in trouble. Browns have a good receiving room, though. I mean, Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Jerry Jeudy, Isaiah Bond. You got Tillman still there, and Shador. And then if Judkins and what's his face can be pretty productive running attack, man. The Cleveland Browns have a kind of a I don't want to say sneaky, but I don't know if Shador really does ball out, or let's say
Shador can chuck it. Yeah.
Let's say Deshaun Watson surprises everyone. Whatever. Bengals select Howell.
The T-Rex. His arms are shorter than Baines.
Oh man.
I'm glad I didn't want the Patriots to take him. I mean, he's talented, but
he's a big boy, though.
Yeah, he's big. He's talented. So but he's gonna, oh, he can be a good pass rusher. I don't know if he's racking up the sacks. Put it that way.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on it. I mean, the short arm thing is definitely proven and it's a concern, but he does look like a monster, though.
Yeah. I mean, in the right system, just like Bain. Bain I think they'll know how to use him in Tampa. So
He's definitely not arm maxing.
No,
He's not
you
arm.
got to start stretching.
Dude,
Those arms.
like bone smashing, he'd do arm maxing, just kind of pulling, get those arms longer for the measurement. I mean, they really should be figuring out how to.
The
What?
people that have the surgery on their legs. Have you seen the people that have the surgery on their legs to make them longer?
So such
you gotta be crazy.
Such a painful video to watch. They're like hobbling around. They're like, yes, I'm 3 inches taller. They're walking around.
But their whole top half is like not any bigger. So they just have like daddy long legs.
I know. It's crazy, bro. Why didn't Miami go wide receiver in round 1? I don't know. But the thing is, Proctor's such a good pick.
Proctor's great.
I mean,
monster.
Miami has this 11 pick. If they take, let's say, Brazel, or they get Malachi Fields, the 49ers are hopeful that and are actively trying to trade Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, right. Good luck. It's funny because they still have Ayuk. Everyone forgets they still have him.
Now I know they have even less leverage now. They just drafted a receiver.
I know. I mean, if I would have told Niner fans, you'll be drafting a guy like a round or 2 early named Stribling, and Ayuk you won't even be able to trade Ayuk. No one will want him. Like, yeah, you told a Niner fan that like 2 years ago, they'd be like, "What? You out of your mind? Ayuk's top 5." But anyway, back to the question. Mekhi Lemon's not an elite like wide receiver 1, bro. No matter what you think. And in Proctor with Malachi Fields, Proctor with Brazel, Proctor with Chris Bell is really, really better. It's better for Achane. It's better.
A ton of picks.
Proctor is like one of the best picks in the draft, probably, in my opinion. I think it was
Saints select defensive tackle Christian Miller.
Okay, Miller goes to the Saints.
So the Dolphins, their picks coming up, they have pick 43, 75, 87, 90, and 94, all before the 4th round. So they could easily take a Brazel or Fields. They could take 2 of those guys out of what you just named if they want to. I'd take like a Brazel and Jeremy Bernard, a Brazel and a Hurst, or Fields too. 2 out of those 4 guys would be awesome.
Let me do this. What am I doing? This is some Mickey Mouse board I got here. Let me upgrade this. Hold on a second, guys. I apologize. This is a Mickey Mouse shoddy board. This is trash. This is absolute trash. Hold on.
I think we should make the point too that the Bengals took another defensive player in Cassius Howell.
There you guys go. That's who you deserve. What am I doing? Mickey Mouse board. You don't even know what position. See, somebody who's been studying fantasy football for 15 years doesn't know who Stribling is. Like, what am I doing? There we go. So Saints are on the clock. Our Bengals just selected, but they didn't have that up, so I'll have to re-screenshot that. But Stribling goes to the Niners at the 1 pick in round 2. Bisonitis or Bisontis or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you say his name? Bison.
I think it isn't there an I in there? Bisonitis.
No, it's Bisontis. Bison.
My brain put the I in there because it didn't look right, I guess.
Bisonitis. TJ Parker, edge, goes to the Bills. McDonald, the defensive tackle, goes to the Texans. Hood, cornerback, New York. Raiders take Stukes, Arizona. Safety, really. But Denzel Boston, wide receiver, goes to the Browns. Now they have Concepcion and Boston. And then R. Mason Thomas goes to the Chiefs. Just a Chief player. Like R. Mason Thomas. That is just a Chief's name. Rashi Rice, R. Mason Thomas, Kadarius Toney.
And you got the Saints pick?
No, I did not. Let me go screenshot that. Who'd they take?
Defensive tackle Christian Miller.
Oh, that's right.
And just a note is three edge rushers are off the board in the first 10 picks of day 2. So those guys are starting to go.
I wish NFL would update stuff. Because I'm sitting here waiting for it. It takes forever.
How are you guys getting results? I'm trying to watch the draft.
Yeah, you can't watch. That's why this show, like, you just watching this show, you're going to get it faster. Twitter, NFL.com is way behind, so they're not really helpful. But just Twitter, it's just having these picks get announced by like 50 people, and it depends who you're following. But Schefter, Rappaport, those guys, beat writers, like. And
then also, I was going to say beat writers. That's a big one because they're always on top of it.
Mm-hmm. But you don't have to worry about that because you're just going to hear it instantly from this show. You know?
Yep.
That's the whole point of this. We're the relay. That way you don't have to worry about it. But you're hearing it instantly from this show, from the instant tweets and everything.
What do you think Miami did?
I don't know, man. I'm really hoping it's a wide receiver here. Chris Bell for me. I mean, look. Besantis.
I like Brown.
That's what someone in the chat said.
Besantis. That sounds right. Besantis. Yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah. I kind of like Bisonitis.
I like Bisonitis better. The Bison. Besantis. Yeah. So Dolphins hopefully go Chris Bell here, or Brazel, or Malachi Fields, or Ted Hurst would be great. Any wide receiver would be fantastic. Yeah. And for the comment earlier about Makai Lemon, I'm telling you, one of those wide receivers, hard to know if you get the right one, though. I admit that. But I like all those guys. Chris Bell to me is super good, but you can maybe get him later too. You can maybe get Chris Bell. Maybe you wait and you let Chris Bell fall and you grab him as well. You do what the Browns did, double up. But if you were to grab Ted Hurst here, or Brazel, or I think Malachi Fields, you would be trade. Cowboys are acquiring Winters for what was that?
Linebacker. They don't have a return yet, I guess. Linebacker D. Winter traded to the Cowboys.
Okay. Winters,
sorry.
We would have heard Pickens is the first.
I think
mentioned if he was involved.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy if Pickens was involved in this trade and it's like not coming through yet? They're like, Winters is. Oh, and Pickens was in it.
I'm hoping to see some trades tonight.
But what I was trying to say is that guy earlier, I don't know who it was, it said, why didn't the Dolphins draft Makai Lemon? Proctor and Malachi Fields is better than Makai Lemon and a lineman here is all I'm saying. I understand everyone loves Makai Lemon and they think he's the greatest thing ever because there's a lot of stat crunchers that love him. But he's slow, he's small, he plays slot, and he's in a great spot for him. Here's the Niners. It's the Niners. The Niners are trading D. Winters. Because I forgot he's still with the Niners. D. Winters to the Cowboys. The Cowboys address a huge linebacker need. What did they get though? Still not saying. Niners are trading D. Winters to the Cowboys. What is the trade? Dolphins are taking linebacker Jacob Rodriguez. Huh. Well, I mean, you can still get a receiver later. When's the next Miami Dolphin pick? The pick is in. Let me see what my Niner boys are saying about this pick, or this trade. D. Winters traded. You're gonna have a lot of people, and Travis did say he liked Stribling before he was taken, but I think you're gonna get a lot of Niner fans that are gonna be justifying it. Like they're acting shocked right now, but I've already seen a couple people in comments going, "Well, he's fast. Yeah, we like him. He's a dog."
Here we go. Trade summary. Oh, no. This is the Lions trade. The Lions traded up to 44 from 50 and gave up number 128 as well. The Lions are on the clock.
Okay. Gump, where you at, Gump?
Still don't have a return in Winters.
Gumpy. Oh, Gumpy. Your Lions are on the clock, baby.
I really like the Jacob Rodriguez pick.
Why'd the Niners trade him? Husseini says Veach is in his bag. I think you've done good. Our Mason Thomas is a really good pick. I don't know where Angry Bruce is to get mad about it, but I think it's not bad. I think well, first of all, yeah, the Chiefs are gonna. I mean, Walker alone, their offseason was a huge smash. But I agree, man. I think the Chiefs are going to be a really good team this year, despite people thinking that they're going to be like a year behind because of the ACL recovery and all that. Like, just watch, man. The Chiefs are going to ball. Jacob Rodriguez, I don't know much about him, to be honest.
I love that pick. He's a good linebacker. Yeah. One of the better linebackers in the draft. And they need they need everything, you know.
Yeah. As long as they get Chris Bell or someone like that later, Malachi Fields. And honestly, Malachi Fields could fall so far that this might be, at the end of the day, we circle back and we look at all the pieces that were taken in between the wide receiver and Proctor, and we're like, hell yeah, the Dolphins did good. The Dolphins aren't trying to build a bad team. They have the picks now that they have to act now. Like, people are like, oh, they're tanking. They're not really tanking because of all the picks they have right here. You know, they're trying to better their team now. They probably will still have a lot of work to do this year, which will give them a pretty good pick next year. But bottom line is they're still trying to better their team now, and they are. They're doing a good job. I mean, look, Proctor, Achane, Malik Willis, these other selections, and then whatever wide receiver they bring in. And you bring in a Debo. I could see Debo signing and then them getting a Chris Bell or somebody to let him heal and get, maybe he comes back by October or November from his ACL tear. And then all of a sudden you're rocking and rolling in 2027. And then you got all the picks to go there. So I think Debo would be a good fill.
Lions select edge Derek Moore. So they're flying off the board, the edges now. And D. Winters got a 5th rounder in return.
I wonder what Raj and those guys are going to say about D. Winters, if they were not wanting him to. Let me see what they're saying. Nothing. Fifth rounder, I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand trades in the NFL. I just don't.
I mean, I guess if depends on what he's making. I think you can replace him with a guy in the 4th round and get as much out of him, or I don't know. They're always shuffling the deck.
BBQ.
Announcing the pick.
Yeah, buddy. Where do you think Rice with the Chiefs not at? What do I think of Rice and his rank? Where do I rank him with the Chiefs not adding a wide receiver? It feels like an offense that will go through Walker and Rice. Top 15 to 25 overall. One thing we didn't talk about when Hammer, I don't know if you're out there. One thing we didn't talk about when we were discussing the ADP and where Rice would level out as, and we said that the 2-3 turn, which is we're 100% on the money. His ADP is at 23, 24, 25, right there, just like we predicted. But what we didn't talk about was when the NFL draft came and gone, what would his ADP do then? Will it climb another couple spots? It could, and it rightfully should. I think AJB getting traded to the Patriots will help realign it maybe back or keep it at bay. But I wouldn't be surprised if this draft made Rice go up 1 or two more wide receiver spots. So maybe the 20, 21, 22, or 22, 22
Yeah.
23, 24. So not quite the 13, 14 territory that we were having that big old debate about, but maybe a little bit higher than even what I said. Maybe 22, 23, 24 is probably where, like, I could see some people on occasion taking him at 15, just because they're trying to stack it a certain way. That's the thing about underdog, is somebody will draft somebody like literally 8 spots ahead just to get a certain stack, and it doesn't necessarily mean the ADP is going to move. But man, yeah, Rice gets a huge bump. I don't know if I can even, I wanted to make this all nice and nice looking for everybody, but NFL Draft Tracker is so far behind. Does ESPN have one that's like pretty caught up? Because this is like such a delay.
I doubt it. I'll check though.
Okay, I'll just keep using it, but it's gonna be a little while before I put it up on screen, I guess, unless I let me see. Hold on. Okay, so it did seem to update right now, so I do have a little bit more of an updated version here. Buccaneers are on the clock. Ravens pick is in. Did the Ravens pick get announced yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
So edge Derek Moore, pretty decent pick, I think, for the Lions. And yeah, Rodriguez does look pretty good.
Wonder if the guy Emmanuel Pregnon, he's falling. The Ravens could use a guard. They could also use wide receiver and a defensive back too.
D-line, O-line. All right, well.
D-line too, I guess.
Ravens select edge
Zion Young. Nice pick.
Edges are getting ripped.
Yep, out of Missouri.
Zion Young. Do it live. Buccaneers. Edge, corner, linebacker, O-line, D-line. I'd love to hear offensive line called here, just because they've got all the weapons in the world. Let's just keep that offensive line just chugging along. Edge is getting ripped from the board, though. Wouldn't be surprised if linebacker or edge goes here, but I'd like to see O-line, honestly.
Edge is getting ripped from the board, and it looks like by the couple trades that have been made that if you want to move up at all in this round, it's going to cost you a 4th rounder.
I just can't believe Stribling, regardless of how good he could be, maybe in the right circumstance. The Niners are not the place for him to become that, though. Like Stribling, if you went to like the Raiders or,
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? New England, if New England took him or something, I could understand. But this player to me is no different than Kyle Williams or Polk, and I hate to use 2 New England Patriot players, but those players didn't do anything. Or I just feel like Stribling to me is, he's good, but if he isn't given, and Polk and Kyle Williams weren't really given the opportunity, even though the opportunity should have been there. I think I just don't think the Niners are the place for him to emerge from. It's just too crowded. Like Christian Kirk is a veteran. I'm not saying he's elite or anything like that, but this is going to be, you got Ayuk still there. Probably won't be, but I don't know, man. I just don't know that you're going to use him at all. It just makes no sense for the Niners to not gamble that he'll fall. And even if they move up to the bottom of, look at the receivers that have gone since Stribling. None. No, are Denzel Boston, right? That's it. I don't know that Stribling was going to be one of the next 3 or 4 receivers taken. I don't think he.
No, well, that's a great point. There's so many guys like that in that range.
Like they could have taken. Who on here do you think is just way better pick for the Niners? R. Mason Thomas.
And I mean, they need line help too. Like they need to keep making that line younger. I mean, I'd argue multiple wide receivers over them. Buccaneers select Missouri linebacker Trotter. What's his first name? Josiah Trotter.
Trotter?
That's Jeremiah Trotter's son.
Oh, no, man. I feel old if it is. Jeez. Probably Jeremiah Trotter's grandson, really, the way I'm feeling lately. How bad my knees hurt.
I know. Once I heard Eminem was a grandfather, I felt old.
Yeah, Eminem's a grandfather sucks. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. Trotter?
Yeah, Josiah Trotter, linebacker.
Okay. I'll put that here. I'm going to screenshot this as soon as freaking NFL.com updates it, which is going to be tomorrow, practically. Such a delay. God, they're trash, man. If I was in charge of, like, I would be like, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. How are we going to, why is anybody going to check us if we can't even update it?
No, and I'm sorry, but no one cares about all this pomp and circumstance, and it's nice when you involve the fans and stuff, but like, it's too much. People don't care about that these days. It's about getting the news out. Like you said, people are going to tune out.
Smitty's a cool 45. Thanks, pal. I feel like I'm tell my kids that. Like, you're not cool. You think you're cool. You think you aren't cool at all. Like LeBron's kids don't think he's cool. Obama's kids didn't think he was cool at all. You know, there's always you always, your kids never think you're cool. Doesn't matter who you are.
That's kind of a good thing though too, right? That,
yeah.
Like,
makes you special.
You don't necessarily want, like, you want to be their friend, but you don't want them to treat you like a friend. You know, it's like you want them to respect you to a point. But
I wish I could be respected and cool. All right. Let me screenshot this real quickly. Who'd the Bucks take again?
Josiah Trotter.
That's right. I don't think I can use. I think the reason I was doing the shoddy board is I could keep up instantly. With this, I can't because they take forever, and I can't even.
Oh, what is it on the site? You can. Oh, you're just grabbing it from.
I'm trying to clip. Yeah, I'm clipping it every time NFL.com.
Right.
NFL Draft Tracker updates, but the problem is they're taking forever. So my board sucks. It's not even updated with it. But you know what? I can leave it here, and then we can do the rest of it manually. I guess. At least we'll have some graphic and conversation pieces here. But
yeah.
Star Wars, yeah. I'm waiting on Star Wars too, Carter. Star Wars is a great pick here for or would have been a great pick for the Bucks. Instead of getting
I'd love the Pats to move up for him, but I don't think they will. I think the Pats could wait and take a guy like Delp or one of those other tight ends. Patriots want edge, but edge is getting ripped off the board, so
yeah.
I don't know if they can sit and pick there either. They don't pick till 63. So.
You still there, Simi? Simi Valley?
Simi.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
You hear me?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. So I'm trying to juggle everything on one phone.
Oh, okay.
Steelers just traded up.
To what pick?
Steelers move up and get pick number 47 and 249. The Colts get 53, 135, and 237. So basically, they gave up a fifth rounder, early fifth, late fourth.
Should the Vikings take Mike Washington here? We hope. We're waiting for another running back, bro. We're just sitting here waiting for a wide receiver for running back for
I wonder
Jeremy Bernard.
Who they moved up for
Steelers, Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard.
I was just gonna say receiver because they missed out on Lemon. They got jumped for Lemon, so
I like him. I don't know. I never liked the Steelers as their second wide receiver. Always worries me like that he's gonna get enough. But I like Jeremy a lot.
The Steelers will love him though. He's a grinder. Does everything. Blocks too. He's a willing blocker.
Uh-huh. So Jeremy Bernard goes to the Steelers. If NFL.com will be so kind to update, I'll let you know. Just literally sitting there with the Colts on the clock. Let me refresh.
Do they not put the pick in until they announce it on TV, or is it going before them?
It's the website is certainly behind. It's nowhere near updated. But Jeremy Bernard. Okay, so let me close this out and put this here. Hold on a second. So Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver. Falcons, they could take a wide receiver here. Would not be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of need a little of everything. So.
Yeah. So Bernard goes to the Falcons.
Jeremy, good for Bernard too, getting picked that high.
Yeah. Falcons on the clock. We got 263 people in here. Please hit that thumb up button. Subscribe if you're new. We go live more than anybody you can find. Simi Valley gifted membership over on the Rumble machine. And on Rumble, we're at 9.68K. We're almost at 9.7K. We're about to hit 10K. New Age, appreciate you. New Age was gifted a membership by Simi Valley. I like that. Vader, appreciate you. Rumble doesn't allow you to get your own membership and then they expire, so it's kind of like when we first started Rumble, I'm like, how does somebody get a membership themselves, but you can't? Which is, it's its own little thing, and you can't maintain it.
I bet they'll switch up some things.
Yeah, they probably will
eventually.
So after the debacle with Mekhi Lemon, the Steelers get Jeremy Bernard. I like Bernard. There's a chance Bernard could be as good. Like, I don't know about in Pittsburgh though, but Dan, like the Steelers got a guy. I like him a lot.
6'1", 206, 4'4", 840.
I like him a ton.
Like I said, he does everything. He can play anywhere on the field. He blocks.
Live from the fantasy.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
The Steelers tried to get receiver Mekhi Lemon.
That's crazy that they got jumped for Lemon like that.
Well, I don't know why you would call someone when you're not on the clock. Like, that's the other thing that everyone keeps acting like it's a crazy thing. How about just not saying it's crazy and just saying that Steelers shouldn't have been on the phone with somebody saying we're going to take you when they're not on the clock. Like that. I didn't understand why everybody was talking about it like that. It's like, I would have been like, what are you doing? Why would you call somebody when you're not on the clock and be like, here, we're taking you, when the team right before it, whether it was, the Eagles had traded up or not, like, why would you do that? The Steelers are that's ridiculous. Hi, you're, in about 2 picks, we're going to take you. My first question would have been like, great coach, but what if someone grabs me before that? Like, what are we doing here? Yep. Vader, appreciate you. New Age, appreciate you. Cornerback.
Falcons pick. I'm not
cornerback. Falcons take cornerback Terrell.
Oh, Avion Terrell, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Good pick. Some people thought he could climb into the end of the first. So. It's AJ Terrell's brother. They're together on the team now.
Oh, that's great.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let me go ahead and put. Let me go find. I don't know where Hammer is.
He's not on Rumble. Maybe he didn't realize it started at 7. I bet a lot of people didn't realize that.
What do you think Vikings do here?
I hope they go running back, bro.
Hope running back. Yeah. Coleman or Washington Emmett Johnson's from Minnesota. They scouted him and tracked him a lot too, so they could wait till the 3rd, maybe to get him if he's going to fall.
I'm gonna
you also run the risk of.
All right, so let me 49ers first pick, Stribling. I'm gonna read Raj's post here, the comments in here. Honestly, for once we drafted a tall, big receiver. You got Husseini calling in. Hold on one second, boys. Let me merge him in. All right, Husseini, I'm gonna merge you in here. I'm just reading these comments here. Him learning from Evans in the speed fire emoji. No hype video will convince me picking this guy at 33 is a good decision. Bro, we lost D Winters. That boy got Evans to coach him. I'm happy. Yeah, just a lot of justification. But a lot of people. Treadwell 2.0. Goofy ass pick. New Jennings fire emoji. That's not Jacoby Lane. Great, but still add Debo. Another strange pick. Fire emoji. You can't blame people for wanting to support their team, but I just wanted to see what it was a bad pick. It doesn't matter if he's a good player. It was a bad pick. Again, this goes back to Ricky Parasol going in the first round. The last time Cooper DeJean was the pick. You know, you just like not. I'm not here to try and argue with someone about Stribling being a good player. It was a horrible pick. Horrible. You could have tried to trade up and get that same play addition to what you should have taken at the 2.1. This is the 2.1. This is essentially your first round pick. You moved down. You had no business taking Stribling there. That was just a ridiculous, insane pick. Vikings. Who did the Falcons take again?
Avion Terrell, cornerback.
That's right.
AJ Terrell's brother. Yep.
That's really good. So Vikings, did they go running back here? Probably not. We shouldn't expect them to do what we need for fantasy right now. They wouldn't look out. They wouldn't look out for
I think they're gonna wait.
Terrell.
The thing is, once a running back does go, you might get a couple teams going, oh crap, because there's only, I think some people would include Singleton in it, but I think after, Coleman, Emmett Johnson, Mike Washington, I think there's a pretty solid line there. Then I like Singleton, but
Panthers are on the clock.
Oh, Panthers, trade up. Okay.
Maybe that means the Vikings want a running back and they're just going to trade down a little bit. I don't know.
Did the Panthers go Stowers? Could they? Or wide receiver?
I hope they go Stowers. Hammer, get ready to call in.
Patriots to take him, but it would be a great spot.
Yeah, if you end up getting Stowers, Hammer, you'll be pretty excited, I think.
Stowers with McMillan and Coker, because that's why I want them to take a tight end too, because I think Coker deserves that shot. Here we go, trade summary. So Panthers get 49 and 196. Vikings get 51 and 159. Move back 2 spots, gain 40 spots.
Silver Rapture says, good thing they traded down and didn't take Stribling in the first. Yeah, that would have been embarrassing.
Oh.
Been embarrassing. Falcons secondary going to make a lot of plays in 2026. All the tweets,
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Falcons moves here. It's not bad.
Yep.
I hope Tommy Reese is the real deal, man. I think he could be too. I don't know. I have a good feeling about Tommy Reese. When's post-draft rookie mock? Draft Sunday morning. Probably immediately after this draft is over. So Saturday night, maybe. Thank you, Navage. Appreciate you.
Yeah, great.
We'll
Graveyard
cook
show,
one up.
maybe.
We'll cook one up. Don't you worry. Simi Valley with the gifted membership. New Age with the gifted membership. New Age. Appreciate you. 420 man got it from New Age. The gifted membership. It's awesome. Thank you, 420 man. Appreciate you being here. I don't know where Luis and Hammer are. They're leaving our Rumble crew a little light today. We got 30, 40 people in and out of the Rumble show though, and we're again at almost 9.7K. Very excited about Rumble. Panthers have selected Lee Hunter, defensive tackle. Sorry.
Okay. Well, they needed that.
Yeah.
The spot they needed.
Man, Stowers is a pretty good pick. Stowers does need to go the tight end that crushed the combine alongside of Sadiq. He needs to go somewhere special though, because there are a lot of people that think he needs to convert to a wide receiver. He's too small. But you put him in the right
foolish
spot.
because he's the same size as McBride. He's the same size as McBride.
Is he exactly the same size as McBride? Stowers?
He might be 5 or 6 pounds lighter, maybe, but double check it.
Kyle Stowers, or not Kyle Stowers. Eli Stowers. Kyle Stowers. I'm thinking baseball. He's 6.
Okay, I was gonna say, why do I know that name?
Yeah, it's yeah. Why is he considered? Wait, what in the hell are people talking about? I mean, 6 foot. Why is everybody saying 6'4" is too small for a tight
And I hate the narrative that's out there. People that don't like him always say he was a quarterback and he blocks like a quarterback. Like, well, he's learning.
He's 6'4", 235.
6'4", 239.
People are insane, man.
Yeah, I even see one with 239. And so let's see.
Doing?
Wait, what year was
It's not like he's 6'1". You know what
what
I mean?
year was
6'4".
McBride drafted? Because I can find out.
6'1".
Mute yourself. I turned down the show in the background, my boy. We got a lot of.
I want to look up what he was when he was drafted.
Yeah, this is insane. He's a big boy. You didn't need to. But my point is, a lot of teams are saying that anyway, or a lot of people are saying that. So he needs to go somewhere where someone believes. The important part is he goes somewhere where somebody believes in him, and they don't draft him to try and change him or some stupid thing like that. They need to, like Fannin. Fannin went somewhere where they could just unleash him, and that's what you need. You don't need to be like, oh, we're gonna use you as a blocking tight end, and that's not what Fannin is. Fannin's a receiver. You know, Stowers is a receiver.
So Fannin was listed as 2 pounds heavier than Stowers.
Yeah, so we worried about that?
And
no.
McBride was listed at 6 pounds, 6 or 7 pounds heavier than Stowers at the draft.
Yeah.
At the time they were drafted.
And who's worried about Fannin?
That's what.
No one.
Right.
Bunch of incompetence.
Well, what's his name? Loveland he's 6'5", but he's 245. So when you're talking 8, 9, 10 pounds, like guys put on that weight.
Especially when you get up there. When you're talking about like 190, like 5 pounds is a ton. When you're talking about 240, 5 pounds is nothing.
Right.
So Hunter went to the Panthers. The Jets are, I think, on the clock. Is that correct?
Yep.
So at least or NFL.com is not like a pick behind, but they're delayed as hell. But at least it's caught up right now. Jets could go. God, if they go skill position player again.
Yeah, that might be getting crazy.
Watch him take Jonah Coleman or something. It just make me.
I was just gonna say that. Just
Nah.
head through the wall.
Who is on the line here? Let's go over to Husseini, then over to the 310 after Husseini. Husseini, you're live.
Cornerback. Sorry, Husseini. The Jets took D'Angelo Pons, cornerback.
Okay.
Sorry, Husseini. Go ahead.
You're good, Travis. I don't care. What's up, guys? Yeah. So Jeremy Bernard, I really like that pick by the Steelers. Like, I just like Jeremy Bernard as a prospect. But my question is, like, I have a feeling he would affect Pittman more than DK, or do you think he would affect both in fantasy, or how do you look at that?
I think, we're probably going to see Bernard, not affect DK. He's going to take him a little time too. Like, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're just trying to get him into that 2 role. I could see at the end of the year, he starts showing signs of life and everything like that. But I don't know that he's like going to pop in week 1, or anything. It's going to be,
It's
gonna
not
be
a great spot for fantasy.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I like him a lot, but this is a player that you could literally watch never emerge. But I like him a lot. He's really, really good. I would not put it past him to excel at the right spot, but this is not the right spot. Yeah, don't worry about DK. DK's value gets affected none. But Pittman,
because I know DK has a whole different type of gameplay, and obviously DK has the seniority and the accolades to kind of, it's DK. So, but with Pittman, I think because they just traded for him, and then so I'm thinking like, man, what? I don't know, but no, I agree with DK's part. I was kind of like, at first when I saw it, I'm like, man, I was like, I kind of wish Jeremy Bernard went somewhere else because I just don't know what the Steelers are. I like Mike McCarthy though for fantasy football. He's always been really well with fantasy football purposes. He always his people always score a lot of points. So I like that. But
yeah, we'll see. He definitely has some limitations with Aaron Rodgers and Howard, but we'll see. But yeah, I like Bernard. There's a lot of, the thing is though, someone's gonna, we got Brazel, Bernard, Malachi Fields, Hurst, just a grip of these guys that are all really close together. And some of them are going to land in bad spots, so it sucks, but we still got the guys. Like the fourth best receiver, or maybe even third, honestly, could still be out there, not with a team yet. Like we have to stay as open-minded as possible before you start locking everything in, because New England hasn't drafted a receiver yet. What if they take Ted Hurst? He could be amazing there. What if they take Malachi Fields? So everybody needs to, keep an open mind as we continue through. The 1.3 or 1.4 rookie pick might not even be realized yet. What if Mike Washington goes to the Vikings? What if the Commanders take Jonah Coleman? Like, everyone's thinking they have the rookie draft already worked up, but I'm telling you, the 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, one of those picks is going to emerge in a second or tomorrow, but probably today. Probably not tomorrow. But Jonah Coleman and Malachi Fields and Washington and Emmett Johnson, I'm waiting for those guys. I'm excited to see what happens.
Me too. I'm curious what Vikings do right there if they take Jonah Coleman or Mike Washington. Which guy they're kind of like honing in on. I'm real curious because that can really be another Jadarian Price type play right there. Like, because I don't know. I'm not big on Jordan Mason. I don't. Maybe some people might think I'm crazy, but
you can't catch him.
Yeah, I'm not big on him. He's just one-dimensional.
People cling to him. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. I'm not big on him. And Aaron Jones. I mean, in his prime, he was a monster, but he's getting old, man. You need some fresh legs there. So I hope that they get. I mean, between what's available for the Vikings, I like Mike Washington just because I like him as a player, but Jonah Coleman might be better. I mean, I don't know, but
he
if I was the Vikings,
he is probably a little bit. Yeah, he's probably a little bit better, but I mean, whoever lands there will be better. Like, let's put it that way. Kingmaker, landing spot, Kingmaker. True. All right, hold on a second, Husseini. 1 second.
Coleman and Emmett Johnson are the good fits for Vikings, but
all right, this Vikings selection should be here in a second. Let's hope it's a running back. Let's hope all of our dreams are answered right here. Han's going to the Jets, and then this pick is taken forever.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Like how is the
hate the letdown of like being a defensive player and you're like, oh, you got to wait another.
How was the pick caught up to the Twitter all of a sudden?
It seems to be caught up. Oh, they took linebacker. Yeah, goal day.
Oh, any defense.
Yeah, I mean, damn it.
I don't think teams just don't value running backs, you know.
Damn it, man.
Some teams, I should say.
Where do the Vikings pick again, like next?
I got you. 1 sec.
Because if there's that many,
not in this
if
round.
there's that many good running backs left, maybe they can get away. Maybe they think like, oh, I can get away with drafting someone else now and get like whoever's available between the 3 we just mentioned or something.
I'm definitely thinking that, but
So I think 82 is their next pick.
yeah, I don't know that they're
82 and 97.
I don't know if they're able to get Jonah Coleman though, or Mike White, but maybe Emmett Johnson will be there. Who knows?
Singleton?
But they can trade up too.
SC says I give up. Why do you give up?
He's in for the Packers already too.
Packers, what are they going to do here?
Right.
Pick is in for the Packers, by the way. How did
They
NFL?
could easily take one of them.
How did NFL Draft Tracker beat Twitter on that last pick? Like Travis said, that was wild.
Yeah, what's going on? NFL just called Elon Musk up and told him block all the accounts.
Yeah.
They're losing their ratings.
So Colts, Colts. I don't know what the Colts are gonna do. They could go wide receiver. Bears. I don't know if the Bears will go RB at some point. They got 2 picks here, not back to back, but nearly back to back. They got the 25 and they got the 28. So they're coming up here with 2 picks. The Bears could take running back. I don't think they will, but if they take Jonah Coleman, then it's like, what do we do? First of all, it would be Jonah Coleman and Monangai probably for the future, but what do they do with Swift? Do they do anything like, I don't know. Hard to say. 49ers have a pick at 26 coming up here. Chargers are they're almost on deck. Packers pick is in. Did the Packers pick get announced yet?
We don't want a lot of these teams to take a running back that are coming up.
Patriots
really
are down. Patriots are about 10 picks away. I don't know if they're thinking wide receiver.
I'm praying for Stowers. That's
that would be good. Stowers would be good for the Patriots, bro.
I mean, they said they're taking a pass catching tight end. It's just a matter of where.
Broncos could take Stowers. They're picking one pick ahead of the Patriots. I bet you they try and stomp on that.
Move up, Patriots. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That would not surprise me at all, because that's from the spot we've been talking about for Stowers is the Broncos.
Rams could look at. They could look at.
They could look at wide receiver, right?
They could, and even though they have 3 tight ends and they just extended what's his face, they still could potentially take Stowers. Is just he's a good pick. You know, you can't really look at I'm stacked at this position. You almost got to. The draft really is about, for a lot of teams, picking the best player. It's not something.
Did you see McVay last night? He seemed pissed that they took Simpson.
Yeah, I don't think McVay likes him.
I don't know if you saw that clip.
Yeah, no, I seen it. I also saw the clip.
I was going to ask you that, Smitty.
I also saw the clip of the Patriots selection dancing kind of wildly, and everyone's like, "Come on, man, what's he doing?"
That was funny.
It was funny, but
the Patriots also.
It was a little weird.
So Packers select South Carolina cornerback Brandon Sissy. I don't know how you say it.
Sissy.
Cisse.
Let's see here.
Colts on the clock. Patriots could go edge too. They need edge.
God,
There's a lot of tight ends.
It's so behind.
Oh, John Kuhn. Fullback.
All right, let me clip this. It is updated now. I know I'm being a little impatient. It's actually not too bad, right? All right, here's the updated draft tracker. And it has that Cisse, or whatever his name is, Green Bay. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't even know really how good he is. I don't think Green Bay's done a great job. We'll see if they prove me wrong. I mean, there's definitely picks every year that I don't know much about and end up being great. So I'm not saying I know everything about how this deep of of like a cornerback class, but
Is Luis in the chat yet?
yeah, I think it's pronounced Cisse. Yeah, Cisse, something like that. Luis, I haven't seen Luis all day.
Just saw him in the Wild West chat, so gotta pull him in here.
Yeah, he's in there.
He said if he sucks, they'll call him Sissy.
Yeah, Cisse. Running back, most likely landing spot. If I had to guess, most likely landing spot, if a running back were to go. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. Tim, call back, bro. All you gotta do is speak up, bro. I didn't mean to leave you on hold so long. Call back real quick, bro. I'll go right to you. So, of the remaining picks in the second round, Seahawks are 32, Patriots are 31, Broncos are 30, Rams are 29. Broncos could take Coleman at 30. It's possible. Or Washington. Rams.
Yeah, they're a definite running back.
Bears could take a running back at that 28 pick or the 25. Niners, I don't think so. I think that making that wide receiver grab at 2.1, they definitely can't go running back or something wild. Texans probably won't. Jaguars, I don't think so. Chargers, nope. Eagles, nope. So I think really the Broncos and Bears are the only teams I think have a chance of taking Coleman or Washington. That's kind of the way I look at it, but anything's possible for sure. Anything is possible.
Colts, who are the Colts taking?
Colts pick is in.
Going to take McAfee 15 minutes to do his WWE spiel.
Oh, is that what he's doing right now?
WWE. Come on, Luis. The NFL draft is more important than that.
Is that what he's watching?
Is that where Luis is?
Yeah, he's at SmackDown.
Looks like it.
He is at SmackDown. Okay, yeah.
54 pick. Eagles have selected. Stowers went to the Eagles.
Oh no!
Wow. I don't see it yet.
Yeah, Eagles have selected.
Also C.J. Allen.
Oh, that hurts Kyle Lemon a lot.
And
wow.
AJB is gone. There's no way AJB is still there.
Well, unless they don't want to sell him low or something. Wow. That's not good for Kyle Lemon, and it's not good for Devontae Smith. Not that it hits really hard, but it's just another pass catcher in a room that sometimes can support. That's a huge pick. Trade Patriots on the clock. Patriots on the clock. That sucks. I told you that. I told you they were gonna
for an edge.
Bro, what did I tell you?
Going for an edge this round anyway. Stowers was a pipe dream.
What did I say, man?
I would have rather him go to the Patriots than the Eagles.
I know. That's crazy, bro. The Eagles are just doing massive. Howie's in his bag. That's a great pick by Howie. But it's not good for Makai Lemon.
It's good for Jalen Hurts, though. I guess that's the only positive outlook.
Right. Good for the Eagles. Good for Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Those things are correct. That's for sure, bro. Wow, what a shocking move. And honestly, man, Goddard, that's weird that they must be thinking of moving him to a wide receiver, because a lot of these teams have been talking like that. And it's, you just kicked a lot of Goddard's money
Well,
down.
I mean, I think he'll probably be kind of a hybrid guy. Like he'll play that AJB role and he'll run some tight end routes and
But I don't mind it though.
I think the Patriots.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't mind that he in the Eagles offense versus not getting on the field. I don't mind them doing that. I'd rather Stowers get work.
Yeah.
But it is wild that a lot of teams are thinking about that. But that's I can't wait to hear what the pro Lemon excuses are for why he's Lemon's still.
I think it's a great spot for Stowers.
Look, they was it Husseini who said it? Hurts, very good. All this is so good for Hurts, man. It's not good for the receiving room. Like Devontae Smith takes a huge hit.
Yep.
Having Makai Lemon and Stowers on the roster, that's why I said stay away from Devontae Smith at this freaking propped up wide receiver one value. We said it, screamed it from the rooftops. Now people that expected that are getting kicked right in the sack.
Yep. Patriots traded up for who I was going to say, Gabe Yakis, edge. That's who I thought they were going after.
Patriots attacking the trenches on both sides.
Yep, that's what they need. I'm very happy if they end up with a Delp or I think Smitty mentioned like Andrees or Claire or something like that.
Yeah,
I really like
Delp.
Justin Jolie, I like him too. I mean, there's a bunch. So,
AK, I know.
Good point.
I know. I say this a lot. What you're saying here, you said tight ends have their own compartmentalized volume. Lemon will affect Smith. But as I just told you, though, with Goddard there, they're going to use Stowers as a wide receiver. They're using Stowers as a wide receiver. They're not going to use him as a tight end necessarily. So it definitely hurts Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith and Makai Lemon both hurt by Stowers, for sure.
Like they put on the broadcast there, they called him a jumbo slot receiver.
Yeah,
that's how they're going to use him.
He's going to be, and he's a big boy, so he's not small. He's just, for a tight end, some people want 6'6", whatever. But he will be a slot wide receiver. Him and Makai Lemon.
Think about. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, like, him and Makai Lemon might rotate some too, but you're gonna have three wide receiver sets where they're both on the field, like they're both like slot receivers. But Stowers is definitely going to take.
Think about the way Hurts gets the ball to Goddard too, like what he'll be able to do with a Stowers. I mean, saying that.
Stowers could outproduce Lemon. I know people don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
but.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we see when they, and when Hurts gets into his little, inconsistency bag, he dumps off to Goddard so much, and Stowers is going to be right there too.
Yeah, don't be shocked if Makai Lemon and Stowers have similar numbers. That's all I'm saying. Everybody with this Makai Lemon fascination, just get ready. Get ready. There's a lot of mouths to feed. This is probably the worst thing that could happen to Makai Lemon, this landing spot. Now that Stowers is there as well. Like, you got Devontae Smith, you got Stowers, you got Makai Lemon, you got a quarterback that's throwing for 99 yards sometimes. And he runs in 2 or 3 touchdowns sometimes. Like, it's not the best spot for Lemon. It's great for football, though. Like, the Eagle fans should be ecstatic. Like, Mark, understand what I'm saying. 2 different things. Eagle fans, congratulations. You've crushed the draft. And you've got weapons galore. this is great. But Stowers and will Stowers to count as a tight end premium? That's the other conversation we're gonna have. Like Stowers could become a cheat code, but we'll just have to see what and they may not overfeed him. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he gets good work, but he never like excels. I don't know. I think he'll be pretty good in tight end premium though. But I mean, even to combat the Stowers excitement, you've got Goddard, Stowers, Mekhi Lemon, and Devontae Smith. There are a lot of mouths to feed. That's a lot of mouths to feed. Where are we at here? Yeah, Eagle fans got to be ecstatic, man. I mean, this is a lot of offense, man. A lot of offense. For a team that struggled to utilize their weapons on offense, and for a team that's going to have to replace A.J. Brown, they're doing exactly what they do. So this is hats off to the Eagles and Howie's been cooking, just straight cooking. Once the Patriots pick comes in, I'll screenshot it and put it up. Trade, the Vikings are sending Jonathan Gennard. Jonathan Gennard to
former Pro Bowl linebacker to the Eagles.
Jeez.
Wow, for a third-round pick, number 98 tonight, and a third-round pick next year. The Eagles, Grenard and the Eagles reached an agreement on a 4-year, $100 million extension with $50 million included. Man, Howie is just wheeling and dealing.
Wow.
Jeez.
Eagles are cooking, bro.
So he gets a good, really nice linebacker. Man, they're going for it.
Eagles are cooking, bro.
And what that means too, that's another sign AJB is gone because they're putting more money on the books.
Man, Eagles are cooking. They're just, you lose AJB and you're just cooking. Was crazy. Yeah, Howie is in his bag per usual. Wow. Jeez. Insane. If you're an Eagle fan right now, you got to be living it up. The Eagles, regardless of how the volume will be divided up, again, the true winners here is really just Jalen Hurts. But Eagle fans are winning today. They are winning today for sure.
I'm loving this for the Wild West League. I have Hurts and Shuck as my quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I have Stowers too. That's Stowers. I picked them up.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic thing. Everything going on today, fantastic for Jalen Hurts' dynasty value. I still think he's not top 4 or 5. I think he's right around 5, 6, 7. But that's still there's nothing wrong with that. But I venture to say you're using everything that you've got, the Eagles, everything that they've got in this draft, they're using more than they use A.J. Brown. So you get Mekhi Lemon, you get Stowers. That is so much better than just A.J. Brown. Not to mention A.J. Brown just has like a year left. So, Shell, appreciate your $10 holler. Going to be weird year for all pass catchers on the roster and could get very inconsistent fantasy-wise. But fly Eagles, fly, baby. Yeah, I mean, it's fantasy-wise, it's not. Wow, Grenard gets an extension, $100 million extension. Holy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying because that's even more evidence. AJB's gone. They're putting more money on the books.
Yeah. Jeez, man. That is crazy. And I think at this point, they're like, we've got so much value this draft, we can now use that 2027 value. We'll just kick the AJB situation downstream, gain that value for 2027, and just cook in 2027 as well. You know what I hate, though, is how he's so good and Sirianni, I believe, is so bad that Sirianni just continues to ride the coattails of Howie and the skill position players on this team. I think Sirianni is not a good coach. I think he's not. I think it all comes down to what offensive coordinator you have in place and then Sirianni rides the coattails of the OC. If he's got a good one, if he doesn't, they don't do well. I mean, it's just proven at this point. And I think Sirianni's trash. I think you need to get somebody in like Ben Johnson. Not saying it's hard to do that, but you get someone in that can call plays and be consistently there for you for the long term. You need a play calling head coach. They can come in and lock things down, because that's the problem for the Eagles is they're always so good, but they're inconsistent because they win one year, lose their coordinator. And
Whoa. Jags take tight end Nate Borkerker.
The tight end.
He was not ranked that high.
Borkerker. Dude,
I don't think he was ranked. That's a reach.
Borkerker.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, that's a stribling reach right there.
Dude, you're worse, Borkerker. That's like a name, the principal is always yelling at. Borkerker? Borkerker, to my office, son.
6'6", 245, listed as an inline blocking tight end. What was his numbers?
Of course he is. Borkerker?
19 receptions last year. But you use a second-round pick on a blocking tight end. Like,
I don't know. But the good news.
That's
good news. They didn't take Jonah Coleman, so I'm happy.
Yeah, and Strange is safe. No.
Yeah. Borkerker?
I guess he's he's got good hands. He's just not like an elite route runner and stuff. Not fast.
Isn't Goddard still there? It is, but you got to understand, bro, Stowers is going to play slot wide receiver for the Eagles. It's a genius move. And as we said, a lot of teams shouldn't force him there, but when you take him, you got to use him right, which was what I was saying, that whoever takes Stowers has to accept they got to use him. So you got to put him in a position. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to make him block." Like, you got to be able to either use him as a wide receiver, but not change him. You can't try and change him. And the Eagles are the one team that's not going to change him. They're going to, even though they might, who knows if they list him as a wide receiver, and I don't mean that is the bad change. The bad change is trying to make him not be a pass catcher, because Stowers is a receiver. Man, Grenard. I know Niner fans are struggling with that Grenard thing because the Eagles keep just crapping all over the Niners. The Niners have a good team this year. The Niners are going to be good, but the Niners do not know how to draft. The reason they knew how to draft back in the day is that Adam Peters, the GM of the Washington Commanders, he found Purdy, he found Kittle, he found Ayuk when Ayuk was good. He found all that, and since Adam Peters left and then drafted JD5 in his first year as GM of the Washington Commanders, the Niners missed Cooper DeJean and drafted Ricky Parasol. Made a horrible decision last year in their draft. Drafting what's-his-face in like the top 15. And then now they move out of the first round and they take a receiver that I didn't even have ranked in my top 10 wide receivers. Not saying he's not good, but like Surratt's good. Surratt's good, but he's not top 10. Like, I don't like him that much. So Niners have, and then Howie gets Makai Lemon, Stowers, trades for Grenard, who the Niners are pissed about because they love Grenard, and they're just cooking. And then they haven't even traded AJB yet. The Eagles are just putting on a masterclass, and the Niners are sitting on their hands. But I do like the Niners team, I do think they have a really, really good squad. But, why aren't you making it better today? Why aren't you doing what the Eagles are doing? Why aren't you out there cooking? Why didn't you take Stowers? The Niners taking Stowers would have been interesting. Like, why not take Stowers instead of taking Stribling? You know what I mean? Like, you got Kittle injured right now. He's older.
Yeah. Yep. Good point.
Like it doesn't make any sense. And if you're gonna run him in the slot and make him a tight end, whatever, I just stupid move. Stowers is 10 times more valuable than Stribling. Trade Malik Willis MI 2.1 for BTJ in Superflex. That's a tough one because Willis is a pretty good Superflex quarterback, bro.
Yeah, that's tough. And you just got a nice tackle.
I'd probably say I'd rather have Willis in the 2.1 in Superflex.
I wonder if he can wait and see if they draft a receiver, like a decent receiver. Because, well, they could sign one of these guys too, so I guess you can't wait.
Yeah. I would say get more. I think a Superflex QB, starting QB, can get you more. All righty, let's see what is what here. Bokirker? So the Bears are on the clock. The pick is in. Do we know what the Bears selected yet? Thank you again for dropping the super chat, Dan. Dan, I appreciate you. Who else dropped that other super chat just a second ago? That was Shell. Shell, thank you. Thank you, Shell. Now
Bears take center.
Uh-huh.
Logan Jones.
Okay.
Their line was pretty good, though. I mean, their line was top 5 last year, I think. But, it says he's a day one starter, so there's your answer. Yeah, I mean, they lost guys, so they had to replace. I mean, their line was good, but they've lost a lot of players across the board. Yeah.
That's why Ben Johnson said very clearly that like this year's not a build from last year because it's it's just different.
I hope Harvey survives this pick coming up.
Oh. So the Browns traded up to 58. The 49ers moved back again.
Jeez, man.
The Browns trade up to 58. And so they got 58 and 152. The 49ers moved back to 70 and 107. So the Niners just moved back 12 more picks. Granted, they picked up a full round, a fourth rounder, but still.
Jeez, man.
Wow.
What are the Niners doing?
Niner fans are gonna have a fit.
Oh.
I know. Are they like trying to rebuild on the fly?
I don't know.
That's stupid.
I don't know what in the hell they're trying to accomplish here. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm really intrigued by this next Bears pick and the Rams pick and the Broncos pick. I'm really, really intrigued by what's going to happen here. Can you imagine if Miami Mike...
nice Mike, pick.
Warren, McNeil Warren to the Browns?
Yeah, safety out of Toledo.
Yeah.
People thought he'd go even earlier than this. So.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
I mean, Browns are making good picks. Like that's all. I mean, that's all you can really say.
Yeah, Browns are doing good. Browns are doing real good. Bo Kirker.
Bo Kirker.
Bo Kirker. Such a good name. It's like it's a name you'd hear screamed in. What was that movie called? Where the college where they put the whipped cream on the pies and
American Pie.
No, the old one.
Animal House.
Animal House, yeah. I could just hear Bo Kirker being screamed in that movie, like Bo Kirker.
Yeah.
Bo Kirker, Logan Jones, center to the Bears. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety to the Browns. Good pick. That's a really good pick. That's definitely
Texans pick is in.
Longer names you're gonna find in the draft.
Well, I can't wait to hear from Raj in the Niners.
Bears traded down Bears traded out of this pick.
Oh, the Titans came in. The Texans pick is in. Titans are on the clock.
Yep.
What if Titans go running back?
They
and
could. They could.
Seamy's hard hopes.
I mean, that's how typically it happens. You think, okay, Love goes to the Titans. Yep. No, they go wide receiver, but then they get the other running back later. Like that's when Hendy, when the Patriots didn't take Genty and then they ended up taking Hendy. Like it does make sense the Titans would consider it. Texans take a tight end Klein.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, okay.
That's interesting.
It's okay.
I guess these tight ends, it's who fits their system, but I think he would have lasted too.
That's just said it's not a smart pick. I mean.
Oh, and Titans take linebacker Anthony Hill Jr.
Wow.
Arlen Klein. I think Klein was rated lower than Borkerker.
Borkerker? I just don't know why. Like that doesn't make any sense for your. You're not making a. You're not taking a player that is going to make your team. Maybe I eat my words and Klein's a beast, but I just don't think.
He's ranked right there.
I just don't think you don't even. I don't even know if they're going to use him properly this year. So like, is this a pick you need to make? It's just I don't know. I don't understand.
Signasty likes him. Michigan.
Yeah, Signasty's your Michigan boy, but it doesn't make any sense because you can't use him. Titans, did the Titans pick who?
Linebacker Anthony Hill Jr.
Oh, he's a big. I like him a lot. I think that's a nice.
Yeah.
A nice.
Y'all think Pollard's safe for now?
Yeah, he's safe. Sure, but you still got a lot of
now.
Yeah, for a lot of picks still to come. But yeah, Paul. I mean, of course he's safe for now. Like, but even RJ Harvey's safe for now. What if the Broncos take Jonah Coleman right here? So no one's safe. No one. No one's safe until
Pollard turns 29 in like a week, which is he's getting there.
Yeah, well,
let's see.
That's why Pollard's not safe. He's just safe for now. But even RJ Harvey's not safe.
I'll take that
until the draft's over, you know.
And did the Titans give up their third rounder?
McNeil Warren. Okay, we're still getting a lot of old posts in here. Come on, you guys are so behind. Stop. Up.
I'm gonna see when the Titans pick again. So they just gave up their third rounder to move up. That makes sense. So I don't think they pick again until 101. So that does help Pollard's case.
New Age, thanks for those gifted memberships over on Rumble. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge those. Simi Valley, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate you guys. I may have acknowledged it, but I forget. Where's Hammer and Luis? Is at WWE? Is that what you guys said?
Yeah, he's watching The Rock.
Oh, he's watching. I thought he was at that. Okay.
No, he's at it. Knowing Luis, he'll get on the mat.
Rams. What are we doing here?
Man, the Rams could do anything. Wide receiver's a possibility, though.
Didn't they let McVay pick this one?
Bro, my my Niner boys wanted Emmanuel McNeil Warren so bad, and they're pissed off right now. Yeah,
they traded out of that pick.
Yeah, they traded out of that. That's who they wanted. This is like Cooper DeJean all over again. This is a great pick. This is a great pick. Emmanuel McNeil Warren. That is such a Niner.
Yeah, it is.
McNeil Warren. I could see the Niner fans like just vaulting him up to, as if he's the best thing ever. That was a stupid move by the Niners. John and Kyle know
they're
how
the losers of the draft.
They're horrible at drafting. And I don't want to hear it. Not anything that's been good Niner draft, draft picks have been from Adam Peters. When he left, they've been drafting like trash.
I mean, even go back, look at the debacle with Trey Lance. Like,
and that didn't have anything to do with Adam
Shanahan
Peters.
Wanted Mac Jones.
I mean, Peters had something to do with, like, they said, hey, which quarterback, and they're leaning on some of his advice. But I mean, doing that move up high is all Shanahan and Kyle. It's crazy, man.
And I think that one was even like the owner and Lynch pushed Shanahan to Lance because he wanted Mac Jones. And it's like they're just all over the place there when it comes to drafting. Max Clare, tight end. Wow, to the Rams.
Wow.
I knew they were going to take a tight end. I knew they were going to take a tight end. I just think that they don't care how many players they have. They just take the player they think is the best. That's what the Rams do. That's what I respect about teams when they do that. But Max Clare.
The Broncos on the clock. And Clare, people look at his numbers and go, he didn't have a good year, but he transferred to Ohio State where he had Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate catching passes. So
yeah, no, Claire's good.
Claire's a great pass catcher.
Yeah, Claire, I love Claire.
He's not. He's not.
Rams have like 5 tight ends or something, like startable tight ends.
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, they're not Bokerker.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get that pick because they signed Higbee, they have Parkinson, they drafted Ferguson last year.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they made.
I mean, I guess they could trade Parkinson for a 6th-round pick or something.
Yeah, I'm not saying it makes sense what they did in the past, but I don't mind the pick. I think he's a good player. But yeah, I don't know why they made the offseason moves. Honestly, the way that Parkinson was playing, I don't know why you even worried about other tight ends to begin with.
Yeah, and Ferguson looked good when he got some time, and Higbee always plays well when he's healthy. So.
Mm-hmm.
And they just signed Higbee. Why give him a contract? And I don't get it because, like, it makes you think that they feel like they can't win, which isn't the case. But why wouldn't you be loading up with Stafford until he falls off? You know?
Well, I mean, I guess they would argue Claire is loading up for Stafford, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they just similar to other teams that take like you securing your tight end room in a way at the moment you feel is the safest, but then you get to the draft and you go, okay, our past decisions don't matter. We love Claire. We didn't think we'd for sure get him. We didn't know, so we're gonna take him.
Yeah, I respect that, like you said,
but yeah, is it explainable on paper? Not really, but whatever. Right. It is a 2nd round pick. It's a pretty high draft capital.
Right.
Rams. Okay, so Rams take Claire. Broncos are on the clock.
Come on, don't Steve Harvey.
They're taking a running back at some point. It's just a matter of when.
Hey guys, I got to restart the phone line. Call back. While it's doing that, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. So I'm gonna close the phone line down, reboot it, and then when I get back on screen, call right back in. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Manny.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Call back, boys. See me value you too. All right. All right. Be back in 1 minute. So we've got 257 of you in here. Be back in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. All right. Dial back into the phone line, boys. Sorry about that. What do we got in terms of updates here? Phone lines are open. Dial in, dial in, dial in. What do we have here? Travis, what has happened since I was gone? Rams took Claire, and then
the Bills traded up. Bills traded up
to the Bronco pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess makes sense if the Broncos didn't love someone because they were limited with their picks after the Waddle trade.
I mean,
So
after
they probably
Bo,
got, you know,
after Bo Kirker was gone, everyone's hopes and dreams are ripped from the board. They're like, damn it, we might as well just trade down. Bo Kirker's gone.
He's gone.
Watch Bo Kirker be just a stud in the next George Kittle because we're making fun of it so much.
I wonder what his. Let me see if I can find what.
Yeah, what are Bo Kirker's numbers? I hate to admit I'm a professional analyst for a living and I don't even know what he did.
Well, I mean, you'd be digging to like the 12th ranked tight end, something like that. So I believe last year his numbers were 19 catches, 198 yards, 3 touchdowns is what I'm saying.
Whoa! That touchdown to yardage ratio is actually pretty good. But 100 and bro,
he gets a Cade Otton comp as like his ceiling.
But even if he ends up being like a diamond in the rough, like he does not deserve second round draft capital. Like, why would you think Jonah Coleman? Like, and I'm not saying I want Tootin to have Jonah Coleman. I'm just saying if I'm this team's decision maker and I'm looking at Jonah Coleman or Mike Washington or Ted Hurst, how are you looking at Bo Kirker and saying, got to get him in the second round, got to give this guy second round draft capital? What the hell are you doing, Liam?
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's the same with the Klein pick. I think Klein caught 24 passes.
I know he probably will block. Bo Kirker will probably block, but
Bills select Ohio State cornerback Davidson Igbinosun.
Okay.
I'll range you too many pounds.
Igbinosun?
He's big.
Igbinosun?
6'2".
Igbinosun. Igbinosun? I don't know.
Iggy.
There you go. Iggy. Davison Iggy. What a name. Davison Igbinosun. Danielson. Speaking of unique, our own New Age outlaw. Unique in his own way.
New Age.
What's up, New Age? You're live.
Okay, I got a question on this underdog thing. If I'm looking at this right, if you hit home and then you go to football, is that betting odds on Vrabel being coach?
I don't know. Hold on a second. I'll have to look at that in a second. Let me see here. Underdog. You might see something different than I see too, though. But are you talking about the normal Underdog drafting app?
Yeah. Then you hit your home page and then hit football on top, and it had betting odds on him being. I think that's what that is, being coach. And I was like, what the hell?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You might be seeing something different.
Yeah, I don't see it. Weird.
Okay, so Bills drafted, Chargers drafted, or Chargers are on the clock, right?
Yeah, it says pick is in.
All right, pick is in. New Age, what do you think of, who's the steal of round one? Is it, aside from Bo Kirker, who's the steal of round one? Is it Stribling? Are we wrong about Stribling in San Francisco? And we're talking, I mean, it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a skill position player, but of course it would be fun to talk about that if you thought that. Denzel Boston to the Browns. Is it Stowers? My steal of the draft is steal of the second round is Stowers to the Eagles. I just think that they're literally mopping the floor with everybody right now.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't know who that San Francisco guy is. I turned in late. I got no idea, so I can't see nothing.
Ain't no Boker, girl.
No, you'll have to enlighten me on who he is or what he is.
Travis was pretty high on him, to be honest. Like, he did post on the Patreon about Stribling, the Niners 2.1 pick in the second round. It's crazy. But again,
still not in my top 10 though.
Yeah, you just can't justify it as a borderline round 1 pick. Okay, so we are in round number 3 now. The pick is in for, so it looks like center Chargers, Slaughter.
Okay. They need line help.
Jake Slaughter. So they took Jake Slaughter, center, Chargers. Good pick. Seahawks pick is in, but it hasn't been posted yet. But yeah, I think the Eagles probably won the draft so far. And they did so without even getting rid of AJB yet. They're still going to get value for that. So they replaced AJB 2 times over. And yet, it's crazy, man.
And they added Wicks and Hollywood Brown too for depth. Because those guys' depth are way better than if you're relying on them, like as a sole receiver. So
Chargers.
So do you guys think that Jalen Hurts and Drake May are going to be? Which one's going to be better right now if AJ Brown was on Philly? But then would it be Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown still and all them receivers and tight ends?
Yeah, but AJ Brown is gone because everything they've done at receiver, and then they just made a trade for a linebacker and gave him a $100 million contract. So they're putting more money on the books. And so, I mean, he's as good as gone. I honestly can't see any situation where AJB isn't gone. Can you, Smitty?
No. Well, the only way it would happen is I don't think Howie's going to give him away. And the only reason that it makes it risky to wait until post-June 1 is that if the one partner, the Patriots, backs out and says, like, by force of the NFL, like I've said, or, just because they don't want that to happen, or they go in a different direction and trade for Kyle Pitts, and then they don't want to take on AJB anymore, or like the Rams, they look into his knees and they decide not to. So then you have Howie trying to make a decision of, do we just keep AJ Brown or do we trade him for a second rounder or whatever, which they won't want to do.
I think they have to.
Yeah,
I think they have to, though. I mean, think of the problem it will be.
They might not have wanted to, and then if things change, they still trade him no matter what, like for a second. But I'm just saying, you asked me is there a way? The way would be if the team that was willing to do it is out, and they're literally getting people saying, well, we'll do a second, and Howie's like, no, like I'm not doing that. But maybe they do take a second if they're put in a bind later. Howie might be banking on that there'll be a market for it no matter what. Maybe there isn't, and then he folds or whatever. But you've won this first round and second round so much that you could afford to take a little bit of a hit on the AJ Brown situation if you, let's say, didn't get what you exactly wanted because you're crushing this draft. So, and you're right. I think it's a toxic thing to have there. They don't need it. They just need to move on and move forward. So they don't want AJB there. So no matter what, they probably do force it, even if the cost is different than they want. But damn, man.
Seahawks select safety Bud Clark.
Bud Clark.
Bud.
Bud.
Oh, Bud.
Good, buddy.
Buddy boy.
Hey, Bud.
Hey, buddy. Buddy.
Cardinals are the number 1 pick in the third round. Interested to see. Like I don't know that I'm going to go live through this. I'm probably not going to go live much through this third round here. But I know as soon as I end this stream, Jonah Coleman's going to get drafted or Mike Washington. So I'm trying to wait for that. But
yeah, running backs and wide receivers are going to go.
Simi, did you have anything else you wanted to add, young man?
Travis, how do you feel about a Patriots pick?
I like it. That's the edge I thought they were going to go for, Gabe Yakis, because there were ties to him with coaches, and they had spent a lot of time on him. And I'm all right with the linemen. I wanted them to get one of the better linemen, and they did. So trenches, like Husseini was saying.
Cardinals are the pick is in. Let me see if I can screenshot this damn Seattle pick finally. Okay, Bud Clark. Bud Clark is in. Bo Kirk.
Helps me, so.
Let's get this right here screenshotted. Let me see if I can put this all on one screen now. I have it all nice and tidy. So let me go back over here. Let's make this smaller. Move this over here. And then move this final screenshot here. So this is round number 2. Again, Eagles cooked in this round. Just straight up cooked. So impressed with what the Eagles have done today. I mean, this Stowers pick, and then the Grenard trade and extension, and then
wow, Cardinals select Carson Beck, quarterback. I said last night he's going in the second round.
Wow.
That does present a little bit of a problem for Brissett. It shouldn't, but it will. But you know what? The way I look at that,
older too.
The way I look at that though is if he is a gem, let's say Carson Beck is a gem. I'm not saying he is. If he is, if he's like a Stroud, Shuck, then good for the Cardinals. If he's not, then Brissett's in there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're gonna let Beck destroy the season or something. Like they'll react. You know what I mean? But that's an interesting pick.
Doesn't that tell you they were gonna take Simpson if he did fall down?
Yeah, for sure.
Probably.
For sure. But I don't really care too much because, like I said, Beck's either going to play well or he won't be in there long if he gets in. But they're probably not starting Beck over Brissett. I don't think they are. But this sucks for Brissett because Brissett wanted an extension and everything, and now they're not going to give him one. Gardner Minshew stock down. I mean, he was a backup, so like, what? I don't know. I mean, we don't know. Probably not. It stays the same. Yeah. I mean, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have stock reports anyway. You know, you shouldn't have stock alerts on Minshew's value anyway. I think it will be a battle between Beck and Minshew, and Brissett will start. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this from the Cardinals' perspective. You know, it's disappointing that they don't see the value in Brissett, but I don't think Brissett cares to listen to anybody. I think he wants to be respected, and he wants his contract, and he's upset, but I think Brissett's going to go out there and prove himself. The sad part is Brissett's old enough that even if he did well, I wonder what it would do for him. I don't know. Maybe he still can't even get a job somewhere because people are going to be like, he's too old. But damn, man, I mean, if I was the Arizona Cardinal decision maker, I'm riding the Brissett train for a little while. It's until it breaks, it's a good business to be in. Raiders, Broncos. Do you think that Kubiak, with his wanting to have 2 running backs, could draft Jonah Coleman or Mike Washington here at the 3rd pick in the 3rd round? Damn it. I hope not. Could Ashton Genty see
Good
Jonah
though.
Oh, man, he could. I'm a little nervous about this one, to be honest. I mean, no one's pulling Genty out of glory, but it certainly would potentially grab some scores.
I'm going to dip out this as New Age.
Kills a rookie pick. So,
what'd you say, New Age?
I said I'm gonna dip out. I gotta eat my food quick and watch my favorite show, the fantasy football show. So.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you, my boy. You're the man.
Yep.
Later, New Age.
Later.
Later, New Age.
Later.
I might bounce out too for now, boys. What?
I was just say the Broncos picked up a couple extra picks, so they might be comfortable taking a running back even more now.
Well, I think we're out of here for now. Carson Beck is an interesting pick. I know the moment I end this stream, Jonah Coleman's going to get picked. Part of me is waiting to see if the Raiders do it here. What could the Eagles do? Man, the Eagles keep cooking. What are they going to do with this 4 pick? Broncos, is the Broncos picking?
Yeah.
And Commanders,
Yeah,
maybe the
Raiders interesting pick too.
Commanders at the 7 pick in this 3rd round. Maybe they go Jonah Coleman or Mike Washington. That would be amazing.
There are a lot of good spots coming up here. Interesting spots: Broncos, Raiders, Eagles, Bears. See if the Niners trade back again.
The Niners are going to trade out of the entire draft. All right, let me go over to this screen here and throw up the 3rd round. Man, I just don't know what to make of the Cardinals. Damn Cardinals, man.
Beck was smart. He stayed in school and made a ton of money.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not a bad prospect. I don't hate the pick. I just wish.
No.
Kind of wish that the Cardinals would just commit to freaking Brissett, but hey, again, if Beck gets in there and he doesn't do well, they're putting Brissett in, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
Isn't it Brissett's job to lose? It's kind of how I feel.
No. I mean, in our eyes, but I'm saying they yeah. I mean, in reality, probably will be, yes, but they're not committing to him. And Brissett's putting laughing emojis on social media, like response to the Cardinals. Like, the Cardinals are like, we don't, we'll see what happens in August. They said in August, bro. Well, fine. In August, we should know. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
And Brissett wants an extension, and they're not going to give it to him. So he's completely disrespected right now. I mean, Brissett was amazing.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Cardinals are just.
Yeah, I hope he gets the job. I mean, from McBride especially.
I mean, they hand that job to Beck right away. He'll lose it, but we don't want to have to. We don't want that. We don't need that. We don't want it. All right, Broncos.
Rappaport just made a good point too. He said as long as Brissett sits out, that's more reps for Beck if he actually holds out.
Yeah, I don't think he'll hold out. I think this will spark a fire, but he'll be upset about it. It'll spark a fire, though. Last thing he wants is him in there gaining ground. Beck is really, really talented passer. This is coming from Cardinals open round 3 with a
Broncos D-line.
Broncos D-line.
D-line, Tyler owned them. Something like that. On your dim. Defensive tackle. Yeah, defensive tackle. On your dim. Wonder if the Raiders could take a receiver in here.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I just hope they don't take Jonah Coleman. Please don't take Jonah Coleman. Please don't take Jonah Coleman.
Whatever happened to Najee Harris? Wasn't he meeting with them? Or sign after the draft.
Don't take Jonah. Don't take Jonah.
Pick is in. Eagles are on the clock.
Don't take Jonah. Don't do it. Don't do this to us. I mean, Coleman's not unseating Genty. Let me repeat it if it happens. But it's just not. We don't need to deal with it. We don't need to deal with it. It would be.
No, they took a defensive end. Heron Crawford.
It would take some touchdowns. We just don't want it.
Oh, he's safe.
For now.
Heron Crawford, defensive end out of Auburn. For now.
What do the Raiders pick again, though? Jeez. Like your heart stops when you're.
91. They have another pick in this round.
Okay.
Eagles pick is in. Bears are on the clock. These picks are going quick at least.
Yeah, 71 is where I want to probably end the show. I just want to see what happens with the Commanders.
Yep.
So Crawford to the Raiders. Let me update the board here, ladies and gentlemen. Hang tight real quickly. Let me screenshot this bad
Good news
boy.
for Naylor, too. No?
Yeah, they'll take somebody, though. They have to take, like a Malachi Fields or someone's going to fall. So Crawford.
I think Ted Hurst will go this round.
Man, I don't think the Eagles can't take a skill position player here. They have to start. They've already cooked. They need to go like O-line or defense or something. I don't know what edges are left right now, but Eagles took offensive tackle Bell. Who was him? Yeah, they took Bell. Markel Bell, offensive tackle. I think that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good pick. He's a big boy.
Yeah, they got to get that line younger. Building it.
That was a good pick. All right, Bears, Niners, Commanders. I think the clock shortened in the third round, so that's why it's flying. Yes, sir. Man, Bell is 6'9", 346, 36-inch arms.
So Will Campbell.
Jeez, man. Eagles cooked, bro.
Eagles love those massive linemen too.
How is he even available at this point, to be honest? Like, I'm looking at this guy and his profile's nice. He's a monster.
He's slow.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's probably.
I don't know. He looks pretty good. I don't know. It's crazy. 346, 6'9". There's no what? Is that right? Is that correct? That can't be correct.
Yeah.
6'9".
So big.
What are we doing here? 6'9", 346. This guy's a beast.
I guess he's not a good run blocker, which makes sense because he's slow. His feet aren't great.
Yes.
But
we'll see. We'll see what they do. Eagles
teach him to stay in the way.
Yeah, Eagles wouldn't waste the pick. So I think Howie's onto something here. 6'9" is crazy, bro. That's crazy in football. 6'9". The problem for that would be, can Jalen Hurts see over him? Like at some point you got to be careful your line's not too tall. Like the taller your line is, the harder it is for your quarterback to see over the line. that could be a problem. Actually, I don't think you want a 6'9" line.
Something tells me they're, might develop him as their next left tackle because he played on the left side. So
he's a big boy though. Jeez, you just have to tell him to duck all the time. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Jalen can't see over you. Jalen's actually not that. He's not as big as people think. He looks big. He has that small jersey that has the. Yeah, he's 6'1". He has a small jersey that has. It makes it look like he's bigger because he has a small one. He always likes a tiny little jersey, and it makes him look bigger. But he's definitely not. He definitely can squat a lot. He's strong, but Jalen Hurts is not. A lot of people think he's like 6'3", 6'4". He just looks. Yeah, he looks like an old man. Tucks his pants in. Dress is nice, but like he looks like he's a 55-year-old retired football player. He's walk. Got the ruffle.
Dresses like that too.
Got the ruffle in the pants and everything tucked in, real high waist. But it all makes him look bigger for some reason. I think that's why people think he's tall. Right. Big, long, with the pants tucked in. Or the jersey. He wears his clothes off the field like his jersey on the field. It's crazy.
It's size maxing.
Size maxing, yeah. Leg maxing. Torso manipulation maxing. He wears
these 3 picks.
He wears clothes like high on the hips or something. I don't know.
Bears select tight end Sam Roush, another tight end. Wow.
What?
So I wonder if Kmet gets moved.
I don't know why you'd move Kmet, but I don't know what you'd get for him. I don't think the Bears are doing real well in the draft today. This first and second round, third round. I don't feel like the Bears have crushed it at all.
Yeah, Roush looks good, but I guess if it's the same thing as the Eagles though, where Loveland is playing that pass catcher role, Roush is a more traditional tight end. You got to think either that or they just let Kmet's contract run out and leave because I think this year is his last year on the deal.
Yeah. Let's see my boy. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Okay, so these are the last 2 picks, and then we'll be out of here. And I'll be creating videos tonight. We'll go live tonight at midnight Eastern as well. Don't think we won't be. But I'll be doing some video creation. I imagine the video tonight will just be reviewing all the skill position players through day 1 and 2, through the first 3 rounds. So what I'll probably do is put all the players on the board in terms of like only offensive skill position players. So we'll just put this whole board full of every single one through the first 3 rounds, and then I'll just give my take on them, and then we'll open phone lines. And hopefully some of the people that are missing today are on that show. Where's Hammer and Luis? Luis is he's still over on the other chat though, so surprised he's not in here. Where's Hammer at? I don't know where Hammer is today. He's probably still recovering from...
If I was a Patriots, I'd offer a late round pick for Kmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know Hammer. Yeah, anyway.
Kmet's he's a decent player. But like, why would you want to get rid of him though? Instead of just like, wouldn't it be better to keep Kmet, who helped you tremendously in the playoffs last year? He knows the offense, and then just draft a different young player right here instead of take. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather Kmet and then use this pick.
I wonder if
I don't understand it.
I wonder if Roush is a better blocker. I'm guessing he probably is a better blocker than Kmet.
I don't know.
They probably can't get much for Kmet.
Niners take height.
Oh, right.
Romello height. Edge. What the hell? I honestly never even heard of him. I don't know what the Niners are doing, man. Texas Tech. I guess I've heard of him, but
yeah,
he
heard
feels
of him, but...
he feels like a reach again. Because I mean, we're getting into the third round, but I mean that's a player I did not expect to go at this pick. I just don't know what the Niners. I don't think the Niners have a clue as to what they're doing. Romello height.
Let's see.
I mean, what was his? Was he projected to go round 3, or was he more of a 4 or 5 guy, or like a 3 to 5 guy, like a big range?
That's what I'm looking. I'm looking that up right now.
Belichick,
so they have.
They're whiff maxing right now. They're whiffing over and over.
No, he had a round 3 projection on him.
Okay. I don't think he looks like a home run pick here. I think trading down. What did you get to trade down that warrants not having Warren right here?
Yeah.
Like that Warren was the pick. You sacrificed a player that all the Niners wanted. Emmanuel McNeil Warren was like the Cooper DeJean potential pick of the second round, and the Niners punted that for what? I mean, it will be interesting to see. But you move out of this pick and go get height. That's not height maxing.
Someone said the Niners are using the AI model to draft. So it feels like.
I think the AI model might
see what the Commanders do. Yeah, really. Commanders pick is in. Bengals on the clock.
Go RB. Jonah Coleman. Go Jonah Coleman. Go Washington.
RB,
go Emmett Johnson. What, Travis?
Go wide receiver. They go wide receiver too.
Let's go Emmett. Let's give me a standing ovation on the last pick of this show before we end it. Give me Jonah Coleman. Give me Mike Washington. Give me Emmett Johnson or Singleton. Whatever. Just give us an RB. Give us an RB. Do it live. Antonio Williams, wide receiver.
Antonio Williams. There you go.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, he's good.
All right, boys. We'll be back tonight at midnight. Appreciate you. See me. Anything else?
All right. Thanks, Smitty. See you soon.
No,
Bye.
thanks, Smitty. Appreciate
right.
it. See you, Travis.
Later. Appreciate you.
There's me.
Appreciate you, Travis and Simi. Thank you, Blackbeard, Sick Nasty, Space Ricky, if you're out there still. Vampy, the Bolt, Aldi over on the Rumble. If I'm forgetting anybody, please forgive me. Thank you, Rumble. Appreciate you. We're almost at 10K on Rumble. My Rumblers are amazing. Love my Rumblers. Vader, New Age. See me, 420 man. Landman. Hammer and Luis, I don't know where they are today, but appreciate them anyway. We'll see you all at midnight Eastern. Yeah, everybody says jump into the Game Day Lounge for for a rapid fire chat. In the Game Day Lounge, you don't need to nest your comments because everybody comments so quickly. But in the general and Dynasty, please nest your comments. But if anybody doesn't have access to the Game Day Lounge or access to the Patreon, just go to The Fantasy Football or go to patreon.com/The Fantasy Football Show, or just click the link, Patreon link in the description of the video on Rumble or on the YouTube channel stream. And then don't forget to get on over to my thefantasyfootballshow.com for all my content rankings, bold predictions, trade calculators, etc., etc. I'll see you all at midnight Eastern. We'll go over every skill position player drafted in the top 3 rounds. Thank you all for your super chats, your gifted memberships, BBQ, all the support. Appreciate you all. See you at 8 p.m. Or sorry, midnight Eastern. Midnight Eastern.